Apparently, YouTube has their AI has not yet figured out the difference between like curated discussion content about changes and unedited gameplay footage.
I'm mad because I watched an Asmongold video and he was talking about the Bellular video, and then YouTube thought that meant that I wanted to hear more about Bellular again, and I'd worked so hard for him to never show up on my YouTube channel, and he's back.
What have you
You
done?
you guys just don't just like type in what you want to watch into the search engine and
I mean, I do, but I also have like a front page that tells me all the people that released videos that are important to me.
So what type
And
of
some
what type of
aren't.
content is on your YouTube front page?
I guess I need to take a look at my
Let me
YouTube
just
friend.
go to YouTube here. Regis Kelvin, who's a Hearthstone person. The Aberrant Mind Sorcerer. Tox Machina from Critical Role. A WoW Burning Crusade Classic Attunement Guide. 5 game-breaking magic item combos from Dungeon Dudes. Pre-drama time. Asmongold Insane DPS. Those are the 7.
So Jimmy, mine, your stream is on my front page.
Damn.
Total War or Legend of Total Wars streaming Warhammer 3, that's on my front page. 1 hour of medieval M&M is being recommended for me here. There's a Magic the Gathering look back or something. The worst spells in D&D. Jeff Probst talking about Survivor. Something about some Genshin Impact video, a Shut Up and Sit Down video, and then this last one. Like I could see all the other ones except for maybe the medieval M&M like having some relevance. But this last one is Balin's Route, an epic NPC adventure. I have no idea what that is. Like these people, I guess they're making a TV show or something, but like on YouTube. I don't know. Oh, and then if I go past the ad, we have some Davey 504 and some guy trying to block arrows with a shield.
Oh, is it what's his name? Shit. Name, I'm dropping the ball now.
This guy is called Todd's Workshop.
Yeah, Todd's Workshop.
I've never watched him before, but apparently I have
His
watched
shit's good. It's pretty good.
I have watched similar things like where people talk about like the realism of armor and shit like that, and media and role playing games and stuff like that. Kind of that video is 10 months old. All these videos are in the later section are a lot older.
I apparently just have anime boobs all over my front page.
Huge.
Yeah, that's how anime boobs work.
Or flat. One or the
That's
other.
actually the problem with watching anime content of any kind on any service, Netflix, YouTube, whatever. You watch even one video, even if someone links it to you, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna watch 20 seconds of this out of Discord, and then suddenly YouTube thinks that, oh, this means they want to see every single anime related content thing that's ever been produced by anyone.
Yep, you're now an omni weeb. You like all anime all the time, of all variety. I'm actually surprised there is nothing anime related in my, like, even if I scroll down. Like, I guess Genshin Impact is kind of anime related, but
Genshin Impact is totally anime.
But I mean, it's not like anime. Like this one is about Zangli, who has no tits at all. He's a masculine man. He wants order or some shit.
So, Suture, I have a question. Is the Tankard of Liquid Courage some kind of homebrew? I'm trying to figure out how many things I am attuned to, and I'm not sure if this one is one of those.
It does not require attunement. It is a homebrew, though.
Not. Okay. Looks like the lantern does not either. Which means I think the only one I have.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to get random shit on your YouTube homepage.
Actually, that might be the only item right now.
It's pretty funny. Here, let me pull. I don't think I pull up mine because I'm streaming incognito tab, but here, let me just share the picture of it.
Long rest. We just haven't had one yet.
I told you couldn't do it during the last short rest.
But are we were we taking a long rest at the end?
I don't think we were.
No.
Alas.
We ended in the caves. Well, actually, is everybody done talking?
We could be. Can you? Oh my god! Could you imagine starting only 10 minutes after our schedule?
I haven't heard anything from Knight or Raven and how their week has been, so I'm not ready to start.
Okay, let's. Knight, how was your week?
There we go.
Final Fantasy, lovely.
Doesn't quite capture right,
The end.
but
Ooh, speaking
Anime
of video
moves.
games, how do you guys feel about canceling D&D on the first Sunday of BC release?
That's what.
hey man, if you want to play, I respect
yeah,
that.
it would be the 6th. The 6th would be the day that I'd be canceling.
Yeah,
You can only cancel if one other person's going to miss it. That was my rule.
With that said,
I feel like if the DM cancels.
I'm the DM, so.
Suture. With that said, I can't make the 30th. So.
Okay, we'll play on the 6th.
Okay, we figured it out. See, this is all you need is someone to ruin the scheduling for you. You're more than welcome to play without me on the 30th as Jack goes under on some project or something.
Yeah, well, I plan on killing you next week anyway. So
not this week. Okay.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, we'll just see how the story goes. Like if it's something that is like we really need him. But I mean, we did kind of without Knight, and so
there's no part of the story that needs Drac. Well, unless I convince people to go to a particular place like this session, in which case maybe. Just don't listen to Drac when he wants to go to a cave to the east of here.
We'll play it by ear. Raven, how's your week?
You know, been pretty good. Been playing a lot of Temtem.
What?
Temtem, if you know what that is. If not,
we don't. Explain it to us.
It is it's pretty fleshed out at this point, but it's an early access game that is basically a Pokemon clone, except it has some more unique twists. There's no critical hits in it. It has like a stamina gauge, so you don't just like spam one move over and over again. All the battles are double battles. It's super fun if you like Pokemon.
Can you put a Steam link or something in Discord? I mean, I'm out because it's early access, but I'll put it on my wish list or whatever.
So that is to say,
it's been early access for. When I say early access, it's like, I don't know, probably like 70% complete. Like it came out.
Like I said, I'm out till it's officially out.
No, yeah, I get that.
But I'll put it on my wish list next to like the 20 other games that are early access and never coming out.
But talk about early access games that have come out. Subnautica Below Zero.
I still need to play the Subnautica.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I've heard a lot of good things about Subnautica.
Yes, play the original. You can play them technically in any order. Like you don't have to play the original then Below Zero, but I think Below Zero applies some polish to some of the themes, so I think it's better to play the original first. I haven't beat Below Zero yet. I'm only like 4 hours into it, but it is fun.
Subnautica is too horrifying of a game for me.
So this Temtem is basically like if Pokemon had innovated in how their fights work since ever.
Yes, it's. I wouldn't say like. I mean, it describes itself more as an MMO than Pokemon would be just kind of like a RPG, I guess you could say. This one, like, you can technically do everything cooperative since everything is a double battle. You can actually do the entire like storyline or really just anything cooperative with someone else. It uses the same like 6. You have 6 Temtems. So when you're playing with someone else, each of you have 3 in combat to use. So that still equals the 6. It tries to be a little bit more, I guess, competitive would be the right word, since there's no critical hits. There's no like RNG in combat. It's literally you know everything about your moves. You know what their type advantages are. Then the stamina gauge, which is like a wholly new thing for it. You know how much the stamina moves are going to be, and all the Temtems, have separate stats, so you know how their stamina regen is and just how much they have. So you can actually like build a team better for those type of things. There's a actual economy in the game as well. Like, you can go out and catch or breed a whole bunch of Temtem, and there is a system for rewarding you for releasing them. You get like there's different weekly rewards, and obviously you get the cash equivalent in that game whenever you release stuff. They just added, if you've played Pokemon Sword or Shield, they've added the equivalent of like max raids just raid battles, like to fight and catch some more like rare Tim Tims. I think that's the only way you can get the mythical Tim Tim.
I have a question. So I see the game is $40.
Yeah.
Is there additional monetization since it's an MMO?
No, not that I know of, unless something's changed that I'm not aware of. There is not.
I'm kind of out because of early access and MMO, but if it's like one-time purchase, maybe.
You don't have to. The MMO thing is just really like the same. I wouldn't say it's the same. If you played Sword or Shield, it's similar in that variety. You don't have to do anything with anyone else other than those raid battles. I'm not even at that point.
Even seeing other people annoys me.
That's fair. That's fair.
Other people are having fun.
It has a housing system.
Oh no.
I haven't gotten that either.
Genshin Impact recently added a housing system.
I do believe there's also, I don't know how far fleshed out it is because I haven't heard anything about it recently. I know it was talked about a bit when it first got released out into early access. They intend on having like fully fleshed like guilds. So like this game's version of gyms are just called dojos. So like after you've essentially beaten the main story and beat all the dojos, you and your guild will eventually be able to like claim one of them. I guess kind of similar to like the Pokemon Go function of like you take over a gym in Pokemon Go and then other people can fight you for it. I'm not sure exactly how it is intended to work, but
I will say the Pokemon Go system sucks.
I'm sure it's not going to be anything like that. But
yes, the concept is the same, even if the implementation is nothing else.
It's there, I assume, to help flesh out like the competitive like PvP scene for the game, whenever it gets to that point.
Yes, that's my question with a game like that has MMO qualities and might have PvP is like, are they planning to just let people that have been playing through early access kind of control that forever because they're ahead of everybody, or?
I mean, they're not at this point. I don't think they're ever going to reset anything, just because that would be a kick in the face to everyone, because it's been out like available for purchase and play for like over well over a year now, probably like almost 2 years maybe. Yeah. But I think that's part of like the economy and like the breeding system that they have like set up. So like once you get to the point where you can do those things, like you just kind of build up the team that you want and do your thing. Like I said, I don't really dabble in that sort of thing, so I don't know how I don't know what all systems are in place. But if you like Pokemon, it's fun.
Certainly, it's more tempting than Pokemon Pearl remakes. Like Pokemon Pearl was my favorite Pokemon game, but I'm not buying the fucking remake.
I never played the first one, so I am definitely going to play it. It'll
I
be
haven't played
completely new
Pokemon
for me.
games since Crystal.
That was the gold and silver one, is that right?
Yeah.
That's one you can't play anymore because the cartridge has a goddamn battery in it. Whose idea was that?
Yeah. Didn't like a couple of the games from that time period have that problem? Was it just Crystal?
You can't replace the battery, like, 'cause I've replaced batteries in like my NES cartridges.
I mean, I guess if you like crack open the cartridge, desolder the battery, and solder a new one in, maybe.
Well,
But
desperate
You have to be
times.
dedicated, okay?
no, you cannot
They-
trivially replace the battery in it.
Well, the NES cartridges like literally snap apart, and it's literally like yes, there's solder involved, but it literally takes 30 seconds. I mean, your first time probably takes half an hour, but like once you know what you're doing, it takes like a minute.
Until Nintendo decides to cave and fucking put all those games on an emulator for the Switch. You gotta do what you gotta do.
A lot of people prefer original cartridges and shit anyway, so.
Like, I get that. But
To be honest, even like,
I just
20
wish they
years
were all on the
later
Switch.
or 30 years later after the releases, most of the NES cartridges batteries are still fine.
And I think technically, well, not that you can even get these. It'd be harder to get them than fucking a battery for Crystal, but they have Heart Gold and Soul Silver, but that's a whole nother issue.
I've been playing a lot of The Binding of Isaac recently.
How is your repentancing going?
It is really good. I'd never played Binding of Isaac until Repentance came out, and I am enjoying the hell out of it. It's so much fun.
Roguelikes aren't really my jam, but I've been watching a lot of other people play Binding of Isaac, and that is fun for me.
Yeah, I got into roguelites during when Hades was in beta, and I really enjoyed Hades. My problem with Binding of Isaac is the scaling in this particular roguelite is just astronomical. Like if you get decent powers, your power level is just insane. And if you don't get decent powers, it's basically just a bricked run. And that's kind of annoying to me because like you can go like 4 floors, which takes like 15 20 minutes, and at that point you're just like, I'm just not strong enough, guess I have to die and try again.
I mean, that is like obviously the items can be very strong and they can carry you, but I mean, in most cases, like if you just dodge good enough, like you can beat it with your base tier rate.
Yeah, get good, bitch.
Yeah, I'm gonna disagree with that because once you start getting to like the much harder bosses, I just it's not possible. You can't kill things fast enough before they're on top of you, and there isn't like kiting for some of the bosses.
I mean, if you have absolutely nothing, but like usually you'll get something, like even if it's just like an orbital or like a follower following you, like you get something.
You get something, yes.
And like very few bosses will just like walk over you without you being able to do anything about it. Like some of them summon stuff, so you have to dodge the stuff they summon. And you may not have enough DPS to like keep up with the summons fully, or your damage will be very low because you're spending most of your time killing the spawns down. But like, I mean, again, most of the time, like maybe base tier rate is like hard, like to impossible. Like literally, if you get even like one item of like a damage up or a tier rate up, you can beat the game if you just dodge well. I'm not saying that's easy. Like it's hard. Obviously, that the game is hard, but like not picking up shitty items that set you back is a strategy as well. Like if you just pick up everything,
that's big.
like if you pick up something like, what is it, the soy milk or whatever that makes your tier super small and weak, but you shoot out a bajillion of them, and you don't have like a damage multiplier or something to offset the weakness of it.
Yeah,
like,
that's rough.
It's like, oh well, now your build is wrecked because you picked up an item that's no good for you, or you pick up Ipecac or whatever and you kill yourself. Well, that's on you. But generally speaking, you can have weak runs, but I don't think. I say like 99% of runs aren't like totally boned. There's something you could have done. You could have bought an item in the shop. You could have re-rolled something. There is a way to make that run winnable if you are.
Yeah, I'm not saying that runs aren't winnable. I'm just saying that like the power level that comes, like getting past mobs.
I have no clue. I've never played Binding of Isaac.
The bosses after
I don't understand a damn thing that they're talking about right now. I'm just like on my phone browsing Reddit.
It's true. Not every run can beat Mega Satan. Like beating Mega Satan in Delirium, or like even the Hush. Like yes, you need a certain quality of build to do that, but those bosses are optional. Like if you just want to beat Mom's Heart, pretty much every build can do that.
Oh yeah,
every run
for sure.
And most of them can get to the chest without a problem. You take the Polaroid, you go to the chest, like because Blue Baby and whatever, like they're not that hard, and they don't like spawn a bunch of enemies that are gonna do it.
Not to intrude on your super interesting conversation, but can we play the game? Sorry.
Binding of Isaac? All right, yeah, I'll fire it up. All right, who wants to do the recap?
I mean, I suppose since I'm intruding, I should do it.
Actually, I believe it's Tarek's turn, isn't it?
All right, you're up.
Or was it Knight? Or was it Knight? It was Tarek or Knight.
I don't think we had a set order.
No, but I do think it would be me, because I think I went before Knight last time. So let's see if I can remember correctly.
Sometimes you just have to put your foot down and demand progress.
Started off on the boat, full of all of our dead Dwegar friends that we threw into the water. We headed to the inn where the tiefling man was. We got our meager reward from him, and Pebble had a performance off with their bard guy that runs their entertainment, and he smashed him. He tried to convince us to go on a ghost hunt, to which none of us were having. Then we slept, woke up. The Imdra, the head of the guards, sent like a messenger guard to us, wanting something. We went over there. Turns out 5 more fishermen went missing. She asked us to assist in finding out what it was, if it was ghosts or not, in a cave. So we decided to head over there quickly and then come back and then head to, I think, Bryn Shander, unless we're changing our plans again. But we headed to the cave, went inside, killed some wolves. Drock was losing his mind over a very shiny pebble that,
It was very shiny.
presumably shiny. It looks quite normal to me.
It's shiny.
We fought a water monster for about 5 seconds, and then it vanished. Then we fought a giant. Oh, I wouldn't even call it fighting. We bullied a giant skeleton. If he had emotions, he probably would have been crying. And then we found a hag, murdered her violently, as fishmen murdered me violently, and then almost got murdered by a ball of light. And then we prepared to head back to town to tell Imdra that it was a hag and that we took care of the problem. That's where we stopped.
That about sums it up. Does anyone have anything else to add?
We poured out a human stew, and before we did, Obletus ate some.
And the
That's-
cat familiar.
And Lulu.
Lulu's kind of like a demon cat, so it's a pass.
Yeah, we already knew that there was some evil going on there.
This is an accepted, situation.
I don't know. I still say if it's okay for the cat to eat it, why is it wrong for me to eat it?
Well,
Are you a
I'm
cat?
not.
don't
I
think you're a
didn't
cat.
say any. I didn't say it was wrong. I just mentioned that it was a thing that happened. Left it at that.
I mean, it's commonly accepted that cats are the devil, no?
I don't think that's true.
At least a part of the devil.
They may be blessed by Shar, who is not a devil.
So with that excellent recap, Tarek, you can have inspiration if you don't already have it. If you do,
Wonderful.
you can give it to somebody else. So you guys have just finished your short rest. You guys have the cauldron. What do you guys want to do?
Shall we leave?
Yes.
Yeah, we're done exploring. We checked out the whole cave, right?
I don't think we checked out the whole cave.
We checked out enough of the cave?
There's apparently frozen giants in the ice, though. So
Yes, there
that's
are. Where
interesting.
they drown themselves ritualistically?
Well, either that or it was recently not cold and they were just, being all hot springy, taking baths. And
And
suddenly,
it just froze over on them.
Just a reminder, you guys did see the cave depictions when you came in here of the giants walking to the hot spring and killing themselves.
And there was like the researcher note or something. Presumably the researcher got eaten, but
I mean, the
That's what they
dwarf man
deserve.
with his little tent.
yeah. Alright, well, fuck the frozen giant drowning pool. Let's get out of here.
I feel our task here is done, certainly, and we've killed evil and acquired loot.
We can go get our reward from the sheriff dude, sell off this hunk of metal, which, by the way, Drock, do your identification thing on it at some point.
the cauldron?
Yeah.
I think it's a cauldron that heats itself. But I'll at some point.
Thanks.
I was busy with this rock. It is magic, by the way. You all thought I was crazy.
I mean, now that I look at it, it's like glowing very dimly. I don't know what you're saying, bro.
So do you want to identify the cauldron now, or are you waiting to? You guys just leaving?
Do you all want to wait 10 minutes while I identify the cauldron now?
Why couldn't you have been doing this while we were taking a rest?
I was identifying this rock.
All
It's
right,
magic,
identify
you know.
the cauldron now in case there's something important to know, like if the cauldron is taken out of this cave, it explodes with the force of 1,000,000 suns.
All right, I'm gonna take the 10 minutes to ritual cast my boy identify.
11.
11. Oh, it requires a pearl worth at least 100 GP. Is that correct?
Oh, I thought you were just using the gems we got at the very first like quest rewards
I
that
do
were
have- I
conveniently
do-
worth 100 GP each asset.
I guess I hadn't noticed, but I can mark the one I have off. I don't know that if someone wants to provide theirs. I
I
can
mean-
do
I
another.
don't have only worth 5 GP.
I do have a 25 pearl necklace of animal carvings somewhere around here.
Oh,
I don't believe the pearl is consumed.
Yeah, you can reuse it. So
You can keep using
Oh.
the same gem,
Okay.
which, because you're an artificer, I'll let you use just a gem worth 100 gold instead of a pearl specifically. So you identify the cauldron, and here it is.
cauldron of plenty.
It's a cauldron of plenty.
Oh, what's it do?
Well, this cauldron is made of thick copper and it's, as you can see here, turned green with age. All around, you see at the rim and under the rim and over there and all the places that aren't rimmed too. Yeah, it's still green. It's about 4 feet wide at my reckoning. Has a mouth a little bit smaller at 3.5 feet in diameter. It weighs 50 pounds, which is actually quite a bit lighter than I would have pegged it for. And
Wait, were you identifying its magical properties, or are you just measuring it?
Yes. You don't want to hear about the satyrs and nymphs, then? Okay, moving on. Well, so if water is poured into the cauldron and then you stir it all up for a minute or so,
What if we fill
it'll
it with snow?
transform into a hearty hot stew, which can provide one nourishing meal for up to 4 people. Unfortunately, we have 5, so someone's gonna get left out. It's per gallon, you see, but if you got more gallons, then that's
Yeah, and based on your measuring, it can hold about 30 gallons, right?
yeah,
That's like 120 people.
Approximately. The stew will remain hot, but it cools if you remove it, and so yeah, you make stew out of water. That's pretty neat. Oh,
Wait.
that's a good point. I can if I take this and I take my my alchemy jug and I make water and I put it in there, then boom, the alchemy jug now makes stew.
But can your alchemy jug make 30 gallons of water?
Let's see, at my best reckoning, and as I load up a different page and to tell you exactly how much it can make 8 gallon. Well, it can make 12 gallons if you want it a little bit saltier.
But I mean, we just fill it with snow. We could try
It's
it.
a shame that one care was really dicks to us, because otherwise this would solve their entire problem.
Yeah, I could feed 120 meals per use. And it can 360 meals a day. Well, we could probably get some good money by selling this. I mean, presumably we don't want to run like a soup kitchen, so instead of selling the soup, we sell
What
like.
if we don't want to run a soup kitchen? Isn't a soup kitchen exactly what we want?
Oh, is it?
Well, see, the
Will
thing
it be a
this has,
kitchen that has soup?
this has 2 primary advantages. One, doesn't taste like knucklehead trout, and B, people are fucking starving around here.
The only problem is it's a little too big for us to take it. So really, it's
I mean,
gotta give it to someone else.
we just put it on our sled.
Yeah, but what are we gonna do with 360 servings of food a day?
Have food.
I mean, we don't have to use its full capacity.
Oh, you know what? We could. I got an idea. Okay, so unfortunately, I've had these ideas before, and someone at one point told me, "Hey, that's a little like slavery, isn't it?" So bear with me. But this thing's kind of heavy, and it provides food. We could hire people and pay them in food to lug this around for us, and then we would have most of the food for ourselves, and we only have to give them a little food for the lugging.
Hey, isn't that a little bit like slavery?
Hey, they chose it. Hypothetically.
Perhaps we can sell it to one of the local governments to use for their own community service projects, so we don't
Oh.
have to.
And what? We're supposed to give them water too?
Well, no,
Well,
they
they
can
can melt
just get
snow.
water from the snow, presumably.
Oh, right.
Or the ice. Or the water under the ice.
Or they just spit in it repeatedly.
Wait, if we found running water and we just kind of like left this kind of, stuck in the ground next to a river, would they just have a stew river from
I
then
mean,
on?
Well, no, 'cause
360
it'll-
gallons a day, which is not very many.
Okay, a stew crick then.
It'd just be a little bit of stew in the river, I think.
I guess the fish would like it.
Then you'd have real nice fish.
Wait, so if this thing makes stew, why do they have to put human in it? Is it like a vegetarian stew?
Bear with me. Seasoning.
Ugh.
Not again.
Well, in any case, we can figure out what to do with this big old thing, which apparently is lighter than I pegged it for.
I think we could get a healthy chunk of cash for it.
Who are we selling it to? Are we going to try and take it back to those folk that needed food more than these ones did? Because these ones seem
Well,
really
the ones who have
rough.
money are the ones in Bryn Shandar.
See, the thing is, the people that need food probably don't have the money. And the people that have the
And they're
money
jerk.
Need the food, so then we gotta give it to the people that need the food, right?
I mean, they
And then
might
they'll
still.
have money. And then they'll
People
give us
are
the money.
still kind of starving here, right? Like, they were complaining about not having enough food. I mean, like, sure, they had popcorn and cotton candy, but, you know.
You also
All
gotta
the
think of it.
people that have food also have money, and the people that don't have food don't have money. Then give them food; they'll have money, and then they give it to us.
I don't
Well,
think that's how
also,
it works.
everyone who has food is only eating knucklehead trout. So if you gave them something that's not knucklehead trout, they'd still want it, even more so.
Yeah. I'm just, like, kind of remiss about, helping out the people that were like, fuck you, go away.
If we give it to anybody in that town, it has to be that one cook lady who made us breakfast.
Though, to be
Otherwise,
fair,
I'm opposed to giving to anyone in that town.
this thing can probably feed that entire town. But then, like, they just sit in their
If she wants
houses
to
all
do that,
day.
that's her prerogative. But fuck everybody else.
Let's see how much money we get offered first.
I imagine not anywhere near what it's worth.
Probably, but I mean, like, if someone's like, "Yeah, I'll give you 3,000 gold for it," right?
I mean, look at it this way. I'm not like a math whiz, but assuming someone buys a meal for 1 copper, which is super cheap, this thing makes what would we say 120 meals a day. So that's basically a gold a day. Like that means in a year it's making 365 gold. In 20 years it's making 6,000 gold. Rough
Yeah.
math.
So if someone gives you 3,000 gold for it, would you take it?
I mean, at
I
this
would.
point, yeah.
See, okay. So there's like a value, right, that we sell it at.
But like I said, it's probably worth more than 3,000 gold.
I mean, if you
Sell it to
count
the
its
Blue Man
long-term
Group.
value.
Anyway, first, let's carry it out and put it with our wolf carcasses.
That's actually a brilliant idea. The Blue Man Group probably has the kind of money to pay for it, understands the potential value, and if we give it to them, then they can like travel and they can spread out the stew. Mm-hmm.
An interesting thought.
I assume by the Blue Man Group you mean the trade caravan that's going around.
Yes, the group with the Blue Man.
All right, well, to the wolf carcasses.
It's newspaper spinning noises. As we leave.
Don't actually remember the way.
I'm not gonna make you guys try to wander to try to get back to the wolf carcasses. What are you guys looking to do with the wolves?
We were going to load them on the wagon and bring them back to sell the pelts or something, I think was the plan. Well, I guess we could skin the pelts here now that we're done. Maybe throw the meat into the stew pot.
You don't even need that.
You don't need it, but we can see if it makes a difference. I've tasted the human stew, and now we can taste the wolf stew.
Maybe we neglected. But then how do we know that? Like, do we tell them that there were people in here?
No.
That degrades its
No, that's a
value,
terrible
right?
idea.
Just clean it out and forget that
Good. Okay. What?
ever happened. I mean,
So we should put the
We can
wolves
say that
in
we
it.
tested its efficacy and nothing further.
Let's just throw the wolves in the pot and drag it all. Or the wolves kind of bigger than
I mean,
the pot.
maybe people
huh?
don't want wolf stew either. I hear it's stringy.
Yeah, I mean, is it better than whatever? What is a default stew like, though?
Sure, we haven't tested that.
what is a default stew around here? Does it even have meat? I guess it's a fish stew.
I mean, do we want to like make a
it.
batch and
We
try
don't
it?
have to heat it up or anything, right? Like if I just put like a couple handfuls of water in the stew pot and stir it, or snow in the pot and then stir it, will it make stew? Well, anyway, let's go to the we can make stew as we walk. We'll just throw snow in and stir it as we ride the sled.
Seems good.
So are you attempting to skin the wolves now then? Or do you want to
We're
bring
not
the
sure
wolves
what
with
are the most valuable parts of a wolf. I assume just the pelt. Is the meat worth anything? Do we think?
you might be able to get something for the wolf meat simply because everyone's so used to knucklehead trout right now. So that's definitely a possibility. You probably wouldn't get much for it though.
And these wolves are pretty bony, anyways, aren't they? They're
Yeah,
starved.
they were starving.
Let's just try to
Alright.
get the pelts so that we don't have to carry around too
All
much.
right, sure. I will skin the wolves with Char's guidance because I've probably never seen a wolf before in my life.
Oh, hold on. Let me tell you about how to skin a wolf. You skin a wolf
That's Char's job.
by... I'm giving you bardic inspiration. You just take
Go
the
ahead
knife, plunge it in there.
Survival check.
Yeah, you can do survival, or you can do sleight of hand as well.
I don't think I need the bardic inspiration for this.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. The like other people said, they're pretty much skin and bones, so it's pretty easy just to separate the hide from anything else. So it takes you probably about 10 minutes or so, but you get the hides from the dire wolves. You can add 2 of them to your inventory.
They were dire wolves. I didn't.
They were dire wolves.
During that time, I'm chunking snow into our pot.
Stir it too, right?
Okay.
I guess I'll stir it as well once there's, about halfway filled with snow.
It's a lot of snow.
That's a lot of snow.
It's 15. It's like a snowball, like the bottom snowball of your snowman, right?
I guess. Well, the other thing is you got to turn it into water before the magic works.
Oh. All right, then let's snow them.
Although, to be fair, it doesn't specify liquid water, so you might be fine.
Let's try it. There's a bunch of snow in there. I'm stirring it.
Nothing's happening.
Oh, I guess we have to melt it into water.
First need to melt a little bit into water, then the magical properties will start heating that
Oh.
part, and the rest of it, you see.
That's fancy. I have like a tinder box. I don't think that'll...
Firebolt!
Oh,
You just shoot a firebolt at the bottom of the cauldron, like bounces around a bunch.
That's enough to heat up the snow, and you start stirring it, and it turns into a stew.
What kind of stew?
knucklehead trout.
If you say hearty, I'm going to slap you.
Pebble, you were the one stirring it. What kind of stew is it?
Oh, I was envisioning a...
Knucklehead trout stew.
No, it's a very thick stew. Contains like sausages and dried
Human sausages.
pork sausages and bacon. All the good stuff.
That is exactly what you get.
Oh, so it responds to your wishes. It's not just stew. This is delicious.
I try some of the stew. And I say, yeah, it's delicious. About as good as the other stew was.
See, and no humans needed, I think.
I heard that human and pork are very similar.
I'm just going to trust you on that one.
I mean, I just think I heard. I've not. I mean, they taste different.
I would hope so.
So, here I have one problem.
Yeah?
Just one?
We were told to try and find. Well, that was rude. Try and find the people that have been going missing, right? And what are we gonna tell them? And also, I have a photograph of the cauldron with you can kind of. I mean, if you're not looking closely, you don't see the human bits, but I'm pretty sure right there you see that. It's an ear if ever I seen one.
Don't sell the cauldron to the people that you're showing that to.
Okay. All right. Just so we're clear, that's a thing we're not gonna do.
Or don't show them the picture unless they.
I mean, yeah, don't show, just be like, well, we think a witch killed these people. Their remains are in the cave. We thought it would be.
We buried the remains respectfully.
Did we? We poured them onto the ground.
No, we did not. But I mean, I could go back and say a few words if you like.
No, I think we just tell them that the remains are frozen in the cave. I mean, they're not frozen now, but they will be frozen in an hour.
Some people don't find that very religious. Like their religious beliefs are against it, but
yeah, well, their religious beliefs are not our problem. We weren't paid to bury them and put them to peace. I think
we weren't even asked to, so
exactly.
I would have done it free.
All right, so let's head back. Nice wolf pelts, by the way. Looks like they make for a good keep or something. Anyways, let's head out. Get our bag of marbles or whatever they promised us for this.
Just a
So
bag of marble.
you guys secure the cauldron to the sled with your dogs and tie the wolf hides to it. Are you heading to East Haven?
Sapper
That's the
boy, I
plan.
don't know what you're talking about, but that's fucked up.
So you arrive at East Haven, basically coming right up here. Where would you guys like to go?
Who asked us to find this again? The guard captain?
Yeah, we have to go
Amdra.
all the way around town. Through the.
And don't get me started on the route we have to take to get there.
I mean, you seem to know the roads pretty well, right? Why don't you lead the way?
Do we want to like unload the cauldron at like the inn and I don't know?
Well, I figure if anyone's gonna offer, I mean, like the guard here kind of speaks like on behalf of the city, right? If we
Well,
want to sell
the
it,
guy who owns all the property is probably the richest man in town. If we bring the cauldron to his inn and offer a night of non-knucklehead trout stew, and he sees how well it sells, then he'll be willing to buy it off of us for a healthy sum as well.
make
so
a
we'll
good point. The entrepreneur is gonna give us more money than the government.
So we give them basically 8 gallons as a test run, and then we're like, see how good that was, and then say you should buy it before we take it away from here. All right.
Yeah, I
mean,
like that idea.
I mean, it's an
I
inn. We
should
could probably
stick
fill it up with.
I should stick with the cauldron then, and pour 8 gallons of water in it.
I'll go talk to the guard captain.
All right, I think I can help you sell this, Drak. We can sell this for billions of gold.
Billions. And
Maybe
my
like
eyes,
thousands.
literally sparkle.
Thousands, billions, same thing, you know.
All right, Elena, do you have a preference where you want to be?
Okay, can you restate because I had people yelling at me.
Okay, so looks like Drak and Pebble are going to go to the inn and set up the cauldron as a as a service to try and drum up some people interested in buying it, and then myself and presumably Tarek are going to go to the guard captain to get a reward for killing the hag and finding out what happened to the missing people.
Do you want the picture?
Sure, give me the picture.
All right, I pull out
Or give
half.
Tarek the picture.
I pull out half a 2-person tent that just has like a photorealistic depiction of the cauldron with human bits in it, and give it to Tarek. There you go. I need that back because I really would like to put my tent back together at some point.
I'll see what I can do.
Also, if they have paper and they don't really need it, I wouldn't mind having some.
I hear you can make like paper out of wolf hide.
Not if you like yourself.
Fair. You should try and sell the wolf hide too while we're walking over there.
I think I will go with the inn crew.
Ah, yes, join us in selling the food. Good choice.
All right, Tarek. That means you and me walking across town. I guess we can stable the wolves or the dogs at the stable master. Can we ride our dogs to town? That seems like a bad idea.
I feel like they'd be frowned upon if we were just riding our sled through the town.
GM, how like snow covered are the roads here? Like, could we ride our sled through town? Is anyone else riding their sleds through town?
Nobody else is riding their sleds through town. Could you do it? Yes. There is plenty of snow on the ground. It hasn't snowed in the past day, so with foot traffic and everything, the snow is pretty packed down. But yeah, you could ride your sled through town if you would like to.
No, we'll go to the stabling place first and drop off Dewey Cheatham and Hal.
And Bill and Ben.
And Bill and Ben.
He always forgets Bill and Ben.
Don't forget Bill and Ben.
Sorry, I think Bill and Ben are like some guardsmen on some stupid boat.
So I forgot about that. So you guys go to the stables. He is delighted to see you. You stable up the dogs again. And then you're just heading to the guardhouse?
Correct.
Yep.
So you guys arrive at the guardhouse, and Solaria is sitting at the front desk, feet up on the desk again, and you guys walk in, and she just and mouths the words, fuck. Yeah, what do you want?
We would like to speak with the guard captain.
Why?
Probably because she asked us to take care of a problem, so she'd probably like us to tell her about that problem.
Yeah, let me go get her.
Or you could let us into her office.
Right.
I know,
It-
but
she
she
gets
looks
up
for
and-
every excuse to see that guard, Captain.
She
so.
gets up and knocks on the door. Captain Imdara, uh, they're back. The people, I don't know. And Imdara quickly walks out of the room. Yes. Did it go well? You're alive.
Perhaps you'd like to hear the report in private.
Yes, please come in. And she like gestures for you guys to come into her office. And as you walk in, she shuts the door.
All right.
So
So we went to the cave that you indicated. We discovered the bodies of at least some of the missing fishermen. We slew the creature that had killed them, and that should be problem solved. And thus, we would like a reward.
The problem that he has glossed over was a hag.
a hag.
A hag, a giant skeleton. The sounds that people have been hearing, well, as you and I both expected, turned out to literally just be the wind. However, there was a threat regardless in the cave. She had some fish people with her as well.
That is terrifying. So you handled the problem. What do you mean by handled?
We slew 7 dire wolves, 1 frost giant skeleton, 2 Kuatoa, and 1 hag.
Make a deception check.
Well, I mean, I think I'm telling the truth.
Okay.
I think you got the numbers a little off.
I may be incorrect, but I think I'm telling the truth.
Well, yeah. By all means, you definitely deserve the reward. Then, 1 second. Let me go collect them from evidence.
Technically, I think it was 2 direwolves and 7 of the Koatoa, but not
Was
sure
it?
which of. Yeah.
Regardless of the dangers, you have done what we asked, and you are a great help to East Haven. Thank you.
We were glad we could be of service.
She hurries out of her office, and shuts the door behind her. Is there
Leaving
anything
us
you
in
want to do? Leaving you in there, yes.
I look at Tarek. Is there anything interesting on her desk in plain sight?
Make a perception check. Not in plain sight. The desk is actually pretty empty. She does have some drawers and some cabinets and things like that behind the desk, though.
Does she have any ornaments on the wall, like swords or her certificate of knighthood or whatever? The East Haven Guardsman College.
She does not. No. It appears actually there's no decorations or anything. It seems very, very minimalistic.
Tarek, she looks like she used some decorations. You should put up the picture, the tent.
If I didn't know any better, I'd feel like you might be attempting to ruffle old Drock's feathers.
Well, I mean, we can take it with us. I mean, she seemed unconvinced. Although she did go to get the reward, so.
Based on my talkings with her, if she was unconvinced, she would have, she would have given us more sass.
Fair enough. We should probably tell her about the Frost Giant hot spring, just for, her edification and future knowledge.
True. They could, well, I was going to say use that as some tourist attraction, but that seems like a poor idea.
I mean, if more people went there, maybe there'd be fewer. Oh, I forgot about the water weird, too.
Oh,
And with
yeah, we did.
The door opens up. As promised, the spell scroll and the bag. Again, thank you for what you have.
Well, while we were sitting here, we forgot that we also killed a water weird. Not that it makes a difference. And we encountered, or the purpose of the cave apparently was a frost giant hot spring where they drowned themselves ritualistically. I don't expect you to do anything with this knowledge, but there it is. You can add it to your notes or whatever.
That is.
All frost giants were thoroughly dead upon arrival and frozen. Seems like this is something that happened in the bit of the past.
That's
There
interesting.
were rocks somewhere in your head, and some of them were undead.
What color is the bag of tricks?
Hold please.
Give me the tan one.
It's tan in the picture.
Does it tell me? Let me see.
Pretty much a done deal then, isn't it?
Tan is the best one.
It has like 5 combat forms in it.
'Cause the other options are gray and rust, and the art is clearly not gray or rust.
I mean, you could make an argument that is rust.
Yes.
But no, gray is straight out.
It is gray bag of tricks.
F.
Art has failed us again.
I mean, there's like, you can get a weasel.
There's a panther in there.
And then it is a spell scroll fireball, if you don't remember.
Tarek, can you use a spell scroll fireball? Probably not, huh?
I mean, I've never used one. I'm sure I could, though.
Can you? I'm actually not sure like how spell scrolls work in this game.
Can I?
I think it needs to be on your class spell list or something.
Don't worry, I can't use it either, Tarek. We'll have to give it to one of the other ones.
And if
The
you
back would
can't
be
cast
useful.
spells of that level yet, there's like a thing that you have to do.
The real question is, who do we trust to not fireball us in the middle of combat, but also
Well-
like not to like use it ineffectively?
There's
Johnny's got
0
some good
people in our
experience with
party.
Fireballs. Technically fire bolts, but
There's 0 people in our party that have fireball on their class list, by the way, unless the subclass grants it.
I do have it on my patron spell list.
Looks like it's going to Elena then.
That counts.
Good.
All right. Well, we can discuss the loot when we rejoin the others. So, Captain, is there anything else you need from us now that we've, shown how diligently we work and how efficiently? It hasn't even been a day.
It's very impressive. Currently, I don't have anything for you. I'm just. What was the hag doing?
Eating. Tarek, present the evidence. We prepared evidence, Captain.
with the tapestry laid out on her table, or his table, is it him?
No, they got to hold it up.
My.
Tarek gestures towards the drawing. Well, you see, she was eating them. She ate them.
Is that an ear?
His drawing is very, very accurate. That's an ear. She was eating it as we got there. Not the ear, but the entire thing, really.
I haven't seen something that disgusting in a long time.
Pretty great, huh?
Wow.
Not sense. Please tell us.
We didn't hesitate a moment once we saw what was going on. It was pretty clear cut.
Yep.
There was no talking to that monster, so she was dealt with swiftly.
As soon as I saw the cauldron's contents, I attacked without mercy.
Well, it's appreciated. Thank you.
Sorry we were
All right,
unable to get
roll
there.
up your servant, Captain. Tarek, please roll it up.
Tarek rolls up the half tent.
Well, again, thank you. We don't have any other jobs for you at the moment, but
That's good. A nice, peaceful
always
town.
feel free to stop in. Unless you know how to stop the winter, but nobody knows how to do that, so
I
it's what
mean,
it is.
murder has been proving very effective in problem solving in the recent, last 8 hours. So if we could get Alariel or whatever her name is here and then murder her, I feel that'd be pretty effective.
Now your
Yeah,
confidence in this scenario.
Well,
Like 75% confidence.
it'd be pretty hard to get her off of that bird.
She has a
Surely
bird?
she must rest some. Well, yeah, she flies a giant bird when she casts her spell every night.
Can we like physically see her when she does this, or like if we wanted to?
Maybe.
Huh. I've never actually seen her. I've just, people always talk about it, but I, never actually bothered to look. But so she's got a giant bird. That's cool.
I
Yeah.
always thought she was the bird. That's interesting.
No, she's riding a bird, a massive bird, larger than any bird I've ever seen.
Well, certainly it's a problem. So, maybe we can find where she rests. But like I said, step one is identify the solution, and the solution is murder. And so now we can gotta kill giant bird, gotta find where she rests. We can work on these smaller steps towards maybe murder is the wrong word. Let's say slaying. Yeah, slaying of the threat.
That sounded a bit more noble.
Well, I'm glad you have a plan. I hope it all works out for.
Yeah, you should start
sake
putting
of
together a
Icewind Dale.
fund for the slaying fund, and maybe when the pocket's big enough, we'll give it a go.
She kind of just chuckles at you. I don't have that kind of power. I wish I did, but I don't. Wish you the best.
Who's
If
the
there's
speaker
anything
in
I
this
can do.
town?
The speaker of the town is Daneth Wayland.
What does he do around here, other than speaking?
Well, he runs the town. He makes the decisions.
All right.
He's very hands off, if that's what you're asking. He
Yeah,
kind
I
of
just,
lets me handle the minutia of the guard. But he does make the decisions.
well, that's good. At least he's doing something, but not micromanaging. So East Haven's a pretty big town. It can't be everywhere. Nice talking to you, Tarek. If there's nothing further, shall we?
No. Again, thank you for the reward. And should you ever need our services again, well, pretty much.
Remember,
Yes.
Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
I will remember that name.
There's quite a few speakers in the area that are now familiar with us, so there's plenty of ways to get in touch with us if you need it.
Well, good luck out there. If you need my assistance for anything, you know where to find me. I can't promise much, but I'll do what I can. Thank you again.
Yep. Goodbye.
So the rest of you guys are heading to the inn with the cauldron. Is that correct?
Yes.
I believe so.
Whereupon I will take the alchemy jug and have it produce a slow trickle of, well, not a slow, but not over fast, 8 gallons of fresh water into the cauldron.
Meanwhile, I will look for either Ronaldo or perhaps a tiefling.
So you guys walk into the White Lady, and Clarence is at the front desk, and look who it is! What is that?
Oh, it's a surprise for now. Is the boss man in?
The boss man, Skandar. Nah, he's not in yet.
Does he usually drop by later?
Yeah. I'm not every night, but most nights he heads in here for a little bit of a checkup, talk to the locals.
We have a business opportunity for him, and knowing
well,
his
he
wise
likes
acumen, I know he would not want to miss it. Is it possible to arrange to meet him tonight?
Well, I mean, he lives right next door, so you could probably just knock.
Yeah, we'll go do that.
Yeah, so you're gonna head out the front door. You're gonna turn left, and he's the one just on the other corner of the road.
Perfect. Mind if we drop this off in a corner real quick? We got some preparations to do. It's a bit of a show.
You're not gonna blow something up, are you?
No. All we will do is entertain your guests. Like the last night.
Well, you can't really just entertain. That's all got to go through Ronaldo.
Oh, it's not that kind of
Sorry,
it. You know what? Don't worry about it. I'm gonna go find Skandar.
All right. Yeah. Are you bringing that with you, or what are you doing with it?
Drock, what's the plan?
Well, I figure I stay here with the cauldron, and he'll know real quick why it is we would be entertaining people.
Works for me. All right,
what
but
are you
I
doing
think
with the cauldron?
don't mix it yet. Let them see the magic with their own eyes.
Okay.
You should know that there's no soliciting on these premises.
We don't solicit.
This is why we want to talk to the boss, man. We're not selling anything. Don't worry. I mean, except
I'll just keep this here big old cauldron safe
Yeah.
in the meantime.
it's a business opportunity.
All right, well, remember, whenever you meet him, you gotta bow down real low.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
So you go across the street. It's not a very it's not like a mansion that he lives in. It's actually pretty small. But you knock on the door and yes, I'm coming. He opens it. Oh, it's you. What can I do for you?
I bow deeply and say, "Oh, humble Skandar, wise philanthropist."
Get up. Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, cutting straight to the chase. Then we have a business opportunity for you, and we know you're a wise businessman, so I figure you wouldn't want to miss this one.
They call me the greatest, yes.
Yes, none but the greatest. We have a thing that you can use to make food for like hundreds of people a day. For free. I mean, well, for no material cost.
He looks up and down the street and sees that nobody's listening. Come in.
We can show you how it works. We actually have it set up next door and you're in already. We're ready to give a demonstration.
What is this thing?
I think it'd make more sense if we showed you than tried to tell you. It's one of those things you don't believe it till you see it.
Bring it here.
Bring it up. Okay, let me go get them real quick then.
So, having been left alone with the cauldron for a while, does Drac think that he can improve it in any way? It doesn't have to be a literal improvement.
I mean, the satyrs on the side, the dryads and the satyrs are a little outdated, especially for Icewind Dale. You could probably change the drawings on the cauldron if you wanted to.
Yes, I have seen a lot of inscriptions in my day. Once I worked at a jeweler's shop, I could probably fix these up and make them quite a bit. You know, this is like when you walk into one of them houses someone's selling in Waterdeep, and they got like the old, cream-colored wallpaper, and you're like, oh, what year did this come out of? 1133? So I'm gonna work on that.
What are you changing the drawings to?
I guess polar bears and wendigos and similar.
Do artificers have some kind of magic to do this, or are you doing it?
No, I am proficient in smith's tools, tinker's tools, jeweler's tools, and mason's tools. Though, if any of those, might help me.
Yeah, you could probably do something with like the mason tools, I think. Go ahead and make a check with the mason tools.
Int, or would you like something other than int?
Because really the hardest part here is knowing how to take that and make it look like something.
All right. I'll let you do int.
That's clapping. Oh no. Something tells me now is the time for inspiration. Actually, I'm not going to. 11's fine.
So you start chipping away at it, and Pebble, as you open up the door, and you look at where the cauldron is, you see Drock like hunched over it, just like chipping away at it.
Drock, what is that godforsaken noise?
Well, the dryads and the satyrs, well, they're kind of in a frozen wasteland, and I thought it was, rude to all the fine people around here to show them the good life where there's sun and plants and the associated fauna thereof, and figured maybe they would be happier with a nice polar bear or wendigo or two.
Okay, and?
Well, that's the noise. I was trying to.
Did you break it? Don't break it.
I haven't. I hadn't considered that. Here, let me test.
Well, hold on, but before you do, the Skandar wants to like see it, so why don't we bring it to his place? I guess he's in his his casual clothes. He doesn't want to come outside.
Oh, that's okay. Well, heave-ho.
All right. Oh, it's a bit heavier now that you put the water in it. It's like twice
Why?
as heavy.
I haven't put the water in yet.
Oh,
If I had, it would be stew already.
well, I mean, you gotta
That
mix
was
it
just
too.
a plan. You told me not to. Was I supposed to? Did I
No,
screw
no, no,
up?
it's okay. Well, don't worry about it. By the way, you're not an artist, are you? Kind of shows.
Well, I've made what could be considered art before. I was just told that it was, what was the word they used? Modern.
Now, I'm not against the idea of like repainting it, but perhaps we should get the design in a less permanent medium first.
Yeah, are you an artist?
I mean, like with words and with song, yeah. Not so much with like paintings.
See. Well, anyway, let's get this cauldron moving. Oh, also, while I was looking at the cauldron, I considered the roads around here a little bit more, and if my math is correct, there is some extra 1,000 feet of walking necessary to get from the west side all the way to the guardhouse. Over if there was just a clean line through the middle, I would recommend to any leadership in this town tearing down a swath of houses, straight line across the city to make it happen. All you'd really need to do is go right across this section here. Oh, I missed right across this section here.
Oh, I wouldn't want to be one of those homeowners.
So you guys just like pack up the cauldron and start heading over to Skandar's. People are kind of looking at you a little weird at this point. But you go back up and as you get ready to like knock on the door immediately opens. Come in.
Oh, I thought you would get dressed while we were, get. Look, I'm not against you wearing your underwear, but it's a little bit weird,
Well, my house, my rules.
All right, then, I guess.
You light up a cigar.
Well, we'll bring it in. So, this might look like a hunk of cast iron, right? But like, look at the paintings on it.
Yes, it just looks like a fancy cauldron.
Yes, but here is the magic. Now, people around here, they need their food, right? I mean, everyone needs their food. But all they get are knucklehead trout and cheese sandwiches. It's enough to drive a man insane, don't you think? When was the last time you had something that wasn't knucklehead trout and cheese sandwich?
And another thing about the roads around here.
What about the roads?
Doc, we'll get back to the roads. Okay?
I mean, the last time I had something that wasn't knucklehead trout was probably 2 nights ago.
And you have like the finest food in town. But think about the ordinary man. The fisherman, the scribe, the guardsman.
They eat a lot of trout, I assume.
Exactly. Elena, do the thing.
Wait.
Which thing?
The thing.
I don't know. I really wanted to say the line. It makes it pretty dramatic. Do the thing.
I'm just gonna do like the shrug and throw up both arms, but I'm still outside. Just
Yeah,
like getting into the
She
back.
doesn't hear you.
Standing
You
in the
look around
doorway.
and she's not there.
Oh, wait. We left one of ours behind. 1 second. Hey, Elena, you coming in?
No.
Why is this? I can make him wear some pants if it'll make you feel more comfortable.
That would be much appreciated.
All right, 1 second. Hey, Skandar, one of our companions is uncomfortable with your clothing.
Uncomfortable with my clothing. Okay.
Is it disrespectful to ask you to put on some pants?
I mean, it is my house, and you are trying to sell it to me. A little, yes.
Yes, but it's also a little bit like disrespectful to not wear pants when,
In my own home.
when entertaining guests.
I didn't realize I was the one that was supposed to be doing the entertaining.
I mean, it doesn't have to be pants. I knew a guy once. All he ever wore was kilts. A fine dwarven feller. You can do that if you'd really
Yeah,
like.
bathrobe's fine.
I've got a smoking robe I can put on.
Oh, do you require something to smoke in order to wear a smoking robe, or is the robe smoking, or is it a robe that you would like to do smoking in?
It is that's not no. And he puts on like this elegant silk robe.
Ah, that's perfect.
Is that better?
Yes. Hey, Elena, he found something to cover himself up with, I think.
Okay. I will slowly walk in. Are they like right indoors, or do I have to find the room?
There's like an entryway, but they're off just to the left. It's pretty easy to find them.
Right.
All right, now, Elena, do the thing.
I
Like blinks at you.
Oh, we got to work on our
I
act here,
blade
guys.
Right back.
We're trying to sell the pot, right? So stir the pot.
I stir the pot.
Now, if you look real closely, right? There's. Oh, we skipped a step. We have to put water. Do you have like some water?
Yes, I have water.
Have you heard the story about the man that turned water into wine? They call him Jesus or something.
No, I don't believe that I have.
Oh, you know, it's one of those things that like them clericy types can do, right? But have you ever heard of someone that can turn water into stew?
Much more impressive.
Water into stew. Isn't that how you start any stew?
You make a good point, but without adding anything else.
So it's just the water, and that turns into stew without adding anything else.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, if you want to get super philosophical, you do add some time, and someone at one point added some magic, but I mean...
I don't have any time. I apologize.
It's like it doesn't have to be your time. It can be someone else's time. It's not much of it. Don't worry.
I'm going to be honest. Time is pretty rare these days.
Oh, it's just a minute, though.
No. Just a minute.
A literal minute.
Oh, you mean like the passing of time?
Oh yes.
Not
What other
the-
time
not the-
would there be?
Not the spice. That would just be a stew.
Well, that's why I'm confused.
Oh, I see. Because we were
Telling me
talking
about
about food and stew. So
You're telling me about making stew, and you add time to the water, and
yeah, you see. I see you're a smart man. The wisest in town. Anyways,
Unless you design the roads, in which case...
I confess the roads were like this before I got here.
so
I don't really see the issue, though. What is wrong with the roads?
we're on the topic now, Drock. Take it away.
Well, you see, it's my position. The roads here make a whole lot of sense right up until you get to the that one road there that goes kind of up to the dock the frozen ferry's on, and just a little bit further than the White Lady. And at that point, in order to get all the way to the east side, get to the guardhouse, or to that hill where you were burning some kind of wizard folk type, you got there's no good options. They're all inefficient. You go like some 41.4% extra no matter which way you go, and there's just so many routes. How the fastest routes, the problem is the fastest routes are actually the most complicated. If you want a simple route where it's just like take a right, then take a left, then take another right, which is that there are a couple options for that, at least two. Those routes are even worse.
I think I see what you're saying. He goes over to a table and pulls out a map of the city.
And I immediately draw all the yellow shit on it. You see?
So you are suggesting then that if we were to draw a line,
Just take a big old chunk out of all the houses along this line here, Over time, it would save the residents of this town thousands of feet of walking every day across hundreds of people, across hundreds of years, perhaps. And at that point, just think of the untold riches you're losing by having this inefficient road system.
So you're thinking, but with your lines, I mean, I suppose the second one would be okay. But it seems a little unnecessary, right? You're just taking down buildings for no reason at that point. But with my line, you could just
Which
take this middle one here.
middle one?
We don't see it.
Oh no, why not?
Well, because he drew it with invisible ink.
We're on the GM layer.
What have you done?
I'm not on the GM layer though. Oh well. But with this one here, you could basically just take it and go directly through there.
That's actually fairly good. It gets you about 98% of the value without having to go through quite as many houses. Although I will say that you will have to, that big old house there and that one there. You might run into, and this one. There's always some resistance to the type of change that's really transformative in the world, but I think it's worth it.
Yeah, I could see that. And I don't own any of those buildings there.
Well, you could them all up and make a road, and then you could. Hey, I have another business opportunity for you. So this whole night thing, right? This whole night thing. There's probably a lot of people that would be willing to, pay to get rid of that. If you went to every house in every house of the 10 towns and you said, okay, how much would you be willing to pay if someone were to fix this whole night business? And then you recorded it all down, you could find out that collectively we're willing to pay some 15,000 gold pieces. And then you could send a courier down to some of the greater towns south of here, and you could be like, hey, there's a bounty on fixing this thing and it's 15,000 gold pieces. And then you wouldn't have to pay anything unless someone fixed it. But as soon as they fixed it, boom, you'd have it fixed and you'd all pay a little bit of money and everybody would be happy. What do you think?
So you're suggesting we crowdfund an adventure
Ooh, that's a good word.
to destroy the Frostmaiden?
Yes.
That seems like a lot of work. Wouldn't somebody eventually just do it anyway?
Hasn't happened yet.
Yes, but I'm going to be honest with you. These last 2 years have been very profitable. So much so, perhaps, that I'm not in a hurry.
Are you saying that you would only commit a negative amount of funds to this crowdfunding service?
Myself personally, yes.
Well, then I will have to find somebody else, won't I?
But this road is interesting.
I'll think on it. If it provides the type of value that I'd be talking about, I always am willing to take a small donation for the whole thinking services. But I think we were looking at a cauldron, and I've taken up too much of my friend's time here. So back to the
Yes, but I no longer care about the cauldron.
cauldrons. Yes, you do.
Oh, the cauldron's far more interesting than the road.
Okay, continue.
So now, we filled the cauldron with water. You see, right? Look inside there. There's water inside. Yes, you agree?
Yes.
And now, here, take this ladle and stir it for a minute.
No.
Okay. Well, then I'll stir it for a minute. Hold up.
He just has you to do it, because then
Mississippi
it's obvious
2, Mississippi 3, Mississippi
super special. It's
59, Mississippi.
like when a magician holds out a hand and they're like, see, nothing in my left hand, nothing in my right, nothing up my sleeves, except he was gonna it's like when you get a person
Watch
from
it
the
be out
audience.
of charges.
Magic show.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's Drock, right?
Yes.
Drock, do you own a business?
Well, I've been a part of many.
Yes. So you don't get as wealthy as I am by falling for petty tricks.
And 60 Mississippi. Look, see?
Is that
It's goulash.
is that stew?
Oh yes, that's what we've been trying to tell you. Try it. It's pretty good.
He like sticks his finger in it and licks it off.
Well, we have a ladle right here.
That is that's good.
Could use more salt.
I think it's perfect.
Now you see, we turn worthless water into this delicious stew. No knucklehead trout at all. And now I'm sure one like you sees a business opportunity here.
I don't want it.
Oh,
You may leave.
okay. Then about the roads, I mean, certainly there's a commission involved, yes?
Please get this cauldron out of my sight.
Oh?
I don't want it here. Do you have any idea what you have?
A cauldron that makes stew.
By the hundreds.
Well, yes.
Do you know the amount of people that would kill for something like this? And I don't mean a figure of speech. Icewind
And,
Dale itself would be at war.
oh,
Well,
I
don't you
can
want
feel it.
to be the one that has it then?
And paint a target on my back? I don't need this.
I told you the Blue Man Group was the right people.
Yeah, alright. Well, then, if you don't want it, we don't want to sell it to you either.
Yes, just sell it to the speaker or sell it to another town or
Town
hell,
would you suggest?
any of them.
Which town is the wealthiest?
The town or the people in it?
I mean, for sell it to the town, I guess it'd be the town.
Probably Bryn Shander, but Duvessa is not going to go for something like this either.
Hmm. Which speaker that is from a relatively wealthy town do you think will, though?
Honestly, Daneth would probably buy that in a heartbeat.
Is that the guy here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good coincidence. I like good coincidences like this. All right, well,
They're the only wealthy towns are Bryn Shander and East Haven.
excellent. Well, it's been a pleasure doing business. Even if it doesn't work out, you can pay Drock for his roads at any time.
Yes.
Oh, and when you're naming the new mega street that goes through the middle, so that you don't have to take lefts and rights, and you can just be like, go down that street. I propose the name of Main Street. It just makes sense. It's the main street, you see.
That does make sense. I'll have to see what I can do. I don't think people are going to go for it, and I can't exactly just destroy buildings, but
Well, by my reckoning, you'd only have to buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 buildings.
yes. But those are people's homes. Anyway, good day then.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
bye-bye.
where did we go wrong?
Oh, real quick, where is the speaker actually? Like, where would we meet him? Does he have like a speaking podium?
I mean,
The office, maybe.
A speakery.
the guardhouse.
Wait, is the speaker the guard captain?
Imdra, no. Imdra would never be speaker. But they use the same building.
Oh,
And that telling us to go to the art house is fairly well, I mean, with the state of the roads, you see the issue.
and we gotta lug this thing there? And now it's filled with stew.
I would, well, yes, I wouldn't take that through the city, that's for sure.
Well, how are we gonna get it there if we don't take it through the city? Oh, we
Well, I
can go
would empty the
around.
stew.
Oh, well, I mean,
I mean, the people of this town are idiots. They're not gonna know what the cauldron is, but they will know what stew is and smells like.
we've already brewed up the stew. Like, do you want to just dump it in your? Do you want to have a meal first?
I could eat.
Yeah, this is enough for the 4 of us, right?
Let me, I will go to the kitchen and grab some bowls.
This is not what I expected.
I don't know where we're going with this. How are we going to meet back up with the Fleetus and Tarek? Who knows?
So he leaves you guys in his sitting room there with the cauldron, just kind of hanging out. Is there anything you guys are looking to do while he grabs the bowls? You probably have a minute or two.
Man, I thought for sure this guy would buy it.
From the place that he pulled out this map, does he have a copy of the map?
That was his only copy of the map, was the one that is now sitting on his table. There are other scroll-like things,
Blank piece of
all
paper?
around this. Any blank pieces of paper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to take one and make a copy of the map with the old this thing.
Okay.
And then I will fold it up and actually I'm gonna leave it out, and then ask him if it's okay if I take it when he comes back.
Alina, do you have Lulu with you?
Yes.
So noticeably, Lulu is not leaving your side, and just kind of like stares at Skandar.
Oh, that's weird. So that was just during the entire conversation and sale
Yes.
attempt?
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I think I'm gonna have Lulu go invisible and follow. Well, not follow. Actually, I'm gonna have her check out the other rooms and see if there's anything weird.
Okay. So Lulu goes invisible, and as Lulu goes invisible, Skandar walks back into the room with the bowls. Here you are, some bowls. Let us eat.
Delicious.
So, is there anything else I can do for you while you're here?
Well, I mean, it's more, is there anything we could do for you? We're the, adventuring, monster slaying, demon hunting type.
Right now, no. I mean, East Haven is peaceful. Money is good.
All right, then. Should that change, you know who to ask. Do we cheat him and how?
Yes. How could I forget a name like that?
Of course.
Have you considered that's why we're not succeeding at selling the cauldron?
What? No.
You mean the name?
The name is certainly something. It's misleading, because as far as I know, you don't have any members named Dewey, Cheatham, or Howe.
Wait, how do you know our names?
You've told me.
Oh. But then, how do you know? That's actually technically not true. We have a Dewey, a Cheatham, an and a Howe. Would you believe me?
You mean the dogs?
Wait, how do you know that?
I own everything here.
Oh, you're a man not to be crossed.
Including the stables that you have frequented.
So that, yes, you would know that we do, in fact, have a Dewey, Cheatham, an and a Howe.
But they're dogs.
Are you saying that dogs are less people than people are?
Yes.
Okay, I can't agree against
That's
that.
by your memory.
Speaking of, didn't you have a cat?
Yeah, I did. Wait, where is she?
Anyway, the stew is actually quite good.
But I guess we best be off since you don't want the cauldron at all.
That is correct. And as you guys are leaving, he like stops you. Don't forget your cat. I'm sure he didn't find anything useful.
I have multiple cats and they seem to follow me. But hopefully a cat will show up.
I hope so. I would hate for something to happen. Good day.
Yep, goodbye. I mean, it's nighttime now, so good night.
Well, it's always nighttime.
Aha, funny one, aren't you?
Make an investigation check for Lulu.
I'm just double checking. Is that from Lulu's token?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, Lulu's more intelligent than your average cat.
Ooh, investigations.
That's a average human intelligence, not half bad.
Lulu doesn't find anything. Notably, Lulu doesn't find anything. His house is barely lived in. He doesn't have much of anything here. To the point that it's weird.
Oh, that is super weird. Well, I guess at that point I'm gonna hopefully recall Lulu without her being caught.
Yeah, I mean, with the Find Familiar spell, you can just basically just snap your fingers and Lulu shows back up beside you.
Oh, neat. Wait, in that case, I can have her like tail the guy a little bit longer, and if or when he finds her, she can just vanish. Because I think he's already on to us. So
It's up to you.
yeah, I'm gonna have Lulu keep tailing him for a bit.
Hey, tailing. Hey. It's a cat.
Okay. So you guys are you guys heading back to the White Lady Inn then, or what is your plan?
Yeah, I guess we didn't really make a plan for where to meet up afterwards, but I assume the plan would be to meet up at the end. So let's head back there and wait for Oblitus and Tarek to return.
What are you doing with that cauldron?
I guess we're taking it with us.
You guys are just like walking back into the inn with this cauldron again?
Yeah.
So you guys walk in and Clarence just looks at you and he goes, so it didn't go well, did it?
This cauldron is too good!
What's it do?
Well, it's a cauldron. You cook in it. You know.
It's not a very clean cauldron. Are you trying to sell cauldrons now?
Kinda. You want a cauldron?
Nah, I can't cook. But Harold back there, he might be able to cook. He is the cook here, so I assume. I don't know if he would need a cauldron though.
Yeah, I imagine you guys have got your cookware taken care of, huh? I thought your boss would have wanted to start a new business, so they would need a new cauldron, But you know what? Sometimes things don't work out. Hey, have you seen the guy in armor, Oblitus? Has he shown up?
No, he hasn't. Would you like me to leave a message?
Oh, I think we'll just wait for him here. I think we were planning on meeting up here. Be real awkward if we weren't, though, huh? We'd just be waiting here and he wouldn't show up.
Well, I mean, surely he's coming back to sleep.
I mean, like, it's entirely possible he decided to say, like, fuck you, I'm going to go sleep at the other inn. You never know with that guy. Well, he's with Tarek. Tarek's got a level head on his shoulders. Most of the time.
Well, do you want a drink or something? We could take that cauldron back there and make you some nice stew.
Oh, we've had our dinner already. Thank you, though.
All right. Well, if you need anything, you come find me. I don't really move from this desk very much.
Yes, ma'am.
Obletus and Tarek, what are you guys planning on doing? Are you guys heading from the guardhouse back to the White Lady then?
Unless we see something interesting on the way back. That is my plan.
Tarek, is that also your plan?
It is also my plan, yes.
So you guys make it back to the White Lady Inn, and you see Alina, Draken, Pebble all sitting in a corner with the cauldron.
Hey.
Oh,
Yeah.
Pebble, your friend's here.
Yeah, I noticed. Thanks.
Yep.
Hey, psst, get over here. Huddle. Team huddle.
I sit down.
Okay. So, the cauldron is too powerful. That's what he said. He didn't want it.
Skandar didn't want it because it's too powerful.
Oh, he's
You
afraid
he
it's gonna
doesn't
like
start a war?
Yeah.
You sure he doesn't just want to just like kill us and steal it from our corpses?
See him try.
Wait.
I mean,
we shared a
rather
meal
not
with
see
him.
him
Did he
try.
poison us? Are we slowly dying? Oh no. Drock, did
Make
we,
an attempt
Alina,
to
was
kill
that
us, he might just steal it.
Wait, but then he recommended we sell it to the speaker person.
I still say the Blue Man Group is the right way to go. Spreads the wealth out. They have the means to protect it. It's not in one place. Yada yada.
I mean, let's.
Of course, the thing is that the Blue Man Group, as you call them, are. I hesitate to call them up-jumped bandits, but they're up-jumped bandits. They strike me as the sort of person who you show them a valuable artifact and they would like, why don't I just beat you up for it? And then
Like to see him try.
And there's
Well, if they were
something to
more
be
along
said
the
for
lines of
like.
a traveling merchant group.
I mean, that's their cover, Tarek. You I understand that you lived in like a monastery or an orphanage or were punched too many times as a kid or something, and so you don't know how things work in the reals, as they call it. But people are jerks.
Wait, I thought Tarek was a wanted criminal.
Apparently, he didn't get this. That's why he got caught, because the better criminals made him take the fall for him.
You know, the thing about your statement is word of mouth exists. And, well, you'd think that word of mouth would spread that maybe the Blue Man Group's not somebody you want to deal with.
Unless you
and
kill
we
everybody.
talk. I mean, no. They would at least say in hushed tones not to go near them, and yet I have heard no such thing.
I believe when we were introduced to them, we were told they were not to be messed with.
Well, in any event,
Pretty
why
sure
don't
that
we?
was because the man was blue.
Why don't we go and
Said he
just
was
see
weird.
what the speaker will offer us for it? You know, it doesn't hurt to get opinions, right?
Alina, you feel something in the pit of your stomach. You're not really sure what it is, but you try to call Lulu back, and Lulu doesn't respond.
Oh. Wait, so did I feel the do you mean like as in like a hunch kind of thing, or
Yeah, you don't really know exactly what happened, but it seems like Lulu is not on this plane of existence anymore.
oh shit. Well, I guess the rest of the party will probably notice that I seem very suddenly not happy.
Nope, looks pretty normal to me.
Wait, hold on. Are you not feeling well? Did he poison us? Oh shit, I'm not feeling well so good all of a sudden.
Well, if the two of you die and I don't, then he probably poisoned us. Because I've always been pretty good about the whole poisoning thing. I
Oh,
think
no.
it's something to do with all the beer. Maybe it's just a dwarf thing. I don't know.
What in the world happened while you were there?
We try. Okay, so before I die, let me tell my story. We tried to sell him this, right? And he looked at it and he was like, "This is too powerful. It will cause a war." But then he was like, "Sell it to the speaker." So like, well, we would love to drag it around, but now it's full of stew, you see. So I'm like, well, let's eat it. and then he brought us some plates, but he must have poisoned our plates.
I mean, did Alina have any of this food? Did you
Yeah,
have any of this food?
We all partook in it, because, I mean, it was food. And now, Alina, I think we're poisoned, except Drock's like immune to it or something.
Can I make a medicine check to see if they look poisoned?
Sure.
Did they look poisoned?
You like look at them and you kind of like look Pebble over, and you can't. Nothing has changed about Pebble. So maybe not poisoned, but maybe poisoned. I mean, poison works on the inside, so unless you're gonna tear them open and check.
Oh, put the scalpel
It's
away.
not turning green.
I mean, from what I can see, if it was this fast acting of a poison, you'd have maybe more noticeable signs. But unless this is like some slow poison, we'll never really know until you drop dead, I suppose.
Wait, you're
So
not making me
how-
feel better.
How busy is this inn right now?
Right now, it's not super busy. There's a couple of people like sitting up at the bar and a couple of people on tables here and there, but you guys have this corner to yourself right now.
Okay, I'm
Occasionally,
like,
people are like looking over their shoulder at you because it's kind of weird that you brought your own cauldron to dinner. But
I'm gonna lower my voice so that hopefully only the people like directly next to me can hear, and I'll say, that guy we went to visit is probably not what he seems. I don't know. I'm not. I don't feel poisoned, but
What's that? A person who's suspiciously rich is potentially dealing in some black secrets? No, I never would have guessed.
Wait,
How shocking.
you think he
You should sit
didn't
next to Tarek,
poison you?
Alina.
I think he found my cat.
Oh yeah, we
Which
all
should
found
be
your cat.
helpful.
Where'd you leave
Did you
your cat?
lose your cat?
Kind of, and I'm sure you all noticed from the last couple times we were in battle, but I have a connection to that cat.
Yeah, it's like a demon cat.
and like that got cut after we visited his house, and
I mean, to be fair, you left your invisible, possibly magical cat in his house, and then he killed it. That's kind of on you.
Wait, he
Like-
killed your cat?
hello, but the fact that he found it, and I guess that he killed it or did something to it.
Wait, is that what he meant by like you look like you lost your cat? I thought your cat,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's something up with that guy, and he knows more, he notices more than a regular person should be able to.
I mean, that's the sort of thing a businessman should be good at, right? Is noticing things. That's how you make a deal. And I'll point out that I can also see, invisible and hidden things more than the normal person. It's not like
Okay.
completely unheard. There are magical items that
You
do the
are
same.
also.
What are you
also
saying? I'm not normal.
Yes.
That's fair. Shar's blessings are powerful in many.
All right. So anyway, about the cat, is it like dead? Because I mean, it was kind of a scary cat, but
I don't know.
Is it time to go on a rescue mission for your cat?
wait, I heard
I
about
have
this
this
cat
feeling
before.
that my cat is just not there anymore.
It's called Schrodinger's cat, I think.
Is it time to go on a revenge mission for your cat?
Can we do it after we sleep? I'm
This has
not-
escalated drastically.
Ooh, but how about first we now I don't feel safe having this thing around. Maybe I'm paranoid, but why don't we go sell it to the speaker so that we don't have to lug it around?
Well, there's one problem with selling it tonight, and that's that you can't demonstrate its magic anymore.
Oh shit. I mean, maybe. We've only done it twice, right?
The hag was
first time
using
I
it,
was- yeah.
then we demonstrated once in the
Presumably,
cave, and then we demonstrated once for Skander.
Okay, then we should sleep on it tonight. Like literally sleep on it so no one can steal it.
Why don't we put Alina's other cat in there? That way no one can move it without waking up the cat.
I object to putting the other cat in harm's way. We shan't lose both of them.
Well, no, it's protected by the cauldron. It's like armor.
I mean,
I
no,
mean,
we can.
also, wouldn't it be in our rooms? I mean, how would they get into our rooms without us knowing?
Who knows? But we should.
I mean,
we should
there
be
are thieves
extra
and magic
careful.
and stuff.
I'm quite aware of these things.
All right. So
I mean, so if they're
who
good
is in
enough.
charge of protecting the cauldron today? We should stand
I
watch.
recommend the cat.
No, I don't recommend the cat. I recommend a person.
I'm not going to fit in the cauldron.
Well, you don't have to sleep in the
You're
cauldron.
There's only 2 of us that will fit. Pebble, it's you or me.
Oh, are we sleeping in the cauldron?
Well, that's
Anyway,
how you verify no one can take it.
Oh, that's a good idea. I've never slept in. I mean, I'm willing to give it a shot.
Rock, paper, scissors. Loser or winner chooses who goes.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't you have some type of spell that lets you sense people coming into your domain?
Yes, but this is more fun.
Hey, I'm sorry. Clarence walks up to you. I overheard you fighting over who's sleeping in the cauldron, and I gotta be honest. I don't think you're allowed to sleep in the cauldron. And I mean, you still gotta pay for a room.
Oh
We
yeah,
already
no, we're
paid.
still gonna get a room.
Like
The
you
cauldrons
can't.
will be in the room.
Sleeping in it
Okay.
rather than bed.
All right, as long as you don't leave the cauldron down here, I can't have guests sleeping in the dining area. Um, it just looks bad for business.
Yep.
Wait, do you not serve alcohol here?
I mean, we do serve alcohol here.
And you don't have people sleeping down here all the time?
Well, we kick them out.
That's just harsh. After
Hey, Blue.
Oh. This is not an establishment to drink in, friends.
What if we made alcoholic stew? Is that a thing?
Well, but the heat boils the alcohol off,
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think you're allowed to make your own food here. You gotta buy our food.
Yeah, I mean, well,
It's
where we
not
gonna
like
cook? We can't even light a
Speaking
fire here.
hypothetically, not to you, Clarence. Why don't you go mind your own business, please?
I'm right now. This is my business.
Literally.
Because it's my job to make sure that the dining area is kept in the right.
Well, my good fellow, I think you've come to a slight misunderstanding. Nothing's going to happen in your dining area, and there's no food going to be
Okay.
made, so you've got no worries.
And you wouldn't be
I
so concerned if you weren't eavesdropping on our
appreciate it.
conversations. So I'd appreciate if you stepped off.
Well, I wasn't eavesdropping. The dwarf is pretty loud sometimes.
Yeah,
Did
Drock.
you hear what he just said about you? He called you a dwarf.
Wait, you talk about me?
No, I was talking about this one here.
Yeah, that's
with
what
the
I thought.
Iron Man suit. He was yelling about sleeping in the cauldron and something about rock and paper and scissoring.
All right, ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Paper.
No. You cannot sleep in the cauldron in the dining
No,
area.
we aren't.
You know, Oblitus, I don't generally approve of your methods, but if you were to disappear this man, I wouldn't
All right,
argue.
Hey, no. No magic inside the dining area.
Clarence, you've made your views clear. We're not violating any rules. I've asked you politely, until we're violating the rules, to step off.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that nobody was going to sleep in the cauldron.
No,
I
nobody
personally vouch
sleeping
that the
in the
dining area
cauldron.
shall remain immaculate. From our presence.
Why? So if you've got the cauldron and you've got rooms, why would you sleep in the cauldron when you got a bed?
Clarence, step off.
Make an intimidation check. Listen, Mr. Armor Man.
You.
This is my place of business, and Skandar the Magnificent has put me in charge to make sure that the White Lady Inn is upheld honorably and without issue. And right now, my friend, you're making an issue, and I cannot allow that.
I think you're making the issue. We're having a conversation that was private and has nothing to do with you. So
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, everybody. They're having a private conversation. So even though they
punch
talk
him.
loudly sometimes, okay, make an attack roll.
Oh no, this is Break it up, folks.
We'll just use my Warhammer attack roll. It does less damage, but punches do 1 damage, right?
I attempt to stop him.
Ow! Why?
All
So
right,
you're gonna need to leave.
break it up, folks.
No. You need to leave.
Yeah, well,
you cannot stay
I
here.
punch him.
No, you cut it out, Obletus.
Are you trying to hold him back, Pebble, or are you letting him punch him?
No, I'm trying to hold him back.
Okay.
I shall assist him.
Okay. Pebble and Obletus makes contesting strength rolls. Pebble with advantage.
Oh no.
Ha!
Oh
You,
no.
you try to hold him back, and Obletus just like shrugs you off and hits him again. Why are you doing this?
Hey, we don't
What
want
are you doing
any
this?
trouble.
I asked
But-
you to step off.
Both of you, cut it out. There will be no fighting on my
I
watch.
haven't done anything.
You-
I'm doing my
And
job.
punch twice.
You have
I could
been.
make it 3 times.
No, there will be no more punching in this establishment. We will get out of your hair, and you will not punch her anymore.
I thought it was a dude. I thought Clarence was a dude.
You will not punch him anymore.
He does fight like a girl, but that's rude to like the girls who can fight like a
You
lady.
shut it. You've lost your talking privileges.
I don't think I can punch very well.
I need you to leave the establishment
Sit back down.
before I get the guard.
I patently ignore him.
All right, no, we are leaving. We have caused enough trouble here. Come, you pick it up. You go.
The rest of you can stay if you'd like, just not
Nope.
him.
None of us are staying here. You have lost our business.
Can we get a refund then?
No.
We haven't paid for the night yet anyway, so bugger off.
Wait, where are we going, Pebble?
Well, there's the other inn, I suppose.
Skandor owns the other inn. So
Shit. Well, this is
may
awkward.
as
Huh?
well force the issue here. We're in the nicer inn.
Why don't we go and talk to the, what's his face? Wait. Skandor's place owns the dogs. The dogs! We gotta go get the dogs back.
I don't think Skandor cares. It's just this man.
Oh. Well, what do we do? This is awkward. Why'd you punch him?
Well, let him call the guards.
Oh, I know, but then you're
And-
gonna go to jail.
I'm okay with a night in jail if that's what it comes to. Or Clarence can just realize that he was being unnecessarily snobbish or whatever the fuck he was doing and can just pretend nothing happened.
All right, are the
I
two
am
of
able to
you
shoot
willing
gesture
to
to
shake
Clarence.
hands
I
and
was
make
just
up?
doing my job. I was just telling you can't sleep in the dining area.
And we had already told you that we weren't going to. You had to come and tell everyone that our private conversation was going on, huh?
No, I was going to tell them that even though you're having a private conversation and talking loudly, that they can't listen.
Are you an idiot?
Oh, he was trying to help us. That makes sense. So we should all just be friends.
Water under the bridge. Here, you can take this, and I pat him on the back and realize I'm out of spell slots. So, feel better, and hey,
Aren't there real flats, the pats on the back along the way?
so yeah, see, all water under the bridge, right? We'll give you stew tomorrow, but later, because we can't make stew, because obviously we can't light a fire here to cook stew in.
And we have to do it with his permission anyways. There's no...
Well, I mean, no,
Having
we'll
other food.
cook it elsewhere. We can't cook in your place, naturally.
I just really have to insist that the armored man leave. He is creating a ruckus.
I make a buzz off gesture with my hand in his direction.
Oh no, there's gonna be more punches. You don't want to get punched again.
He's a little cranky from, going into a cave and killing a literal giant skeleton, a skeleton of a giant, and a
don't
hag.
care.
What if we just got him
will
to
be
bed?
back, and you should be gone before we return.
What if we just got him
He leaves the
into
inn.
bed?
We should go somewhere else unless you really want to deal with more trouble. And I don't want to deal with more trouble.
I mean, the way I look at it, the guard captain owes us a favor.
Yeah, but you
So-
kind of punched
Is
him
how
in
you
the
want to spin the
face.
favor?
You probably shouldn't have punched him in the face.
Maybe the second time was too much.
No,
He
maybe the
deserved it.
first time was a little
Normally-
too much too.
Normally, I disagree with my friend Abletus here, but in this case, I'm on his side. He called me loud.
Is that really an insult?
Yes.
So what are
If
we
nothing
gonna?
else,
You
he
know,
made his point known, and then he stuck around after we asked him politely to leave several times. We weren't doing anything against the rules at the time.
so anyways,
But if the guys want to
disregarding
ask for
who
the-
is in the right, what are we gonna do about it? Because I have a
we're
feeling if we
going
stay
to
here,
give the guards a gold piece and tell them to forget about it because it's not that important.
okay, if you insist. So what are we gonna do about the pot, though?
Oh, by the
Hey.
way, Elena, if things go out of hand, I hand her a scroll of fire.
Oh,
Oh god.
That's gonna be revenge for Lulu.
Well, I think I lost the rock, paper, scissors, so it's your choice of which one of us sleeps in the cauldron.
Oh, I'm sleeping in the cauldron.
You're sleeping in the cauldron?
Of course, I'm sleeping in. Have you ever slept in a cauldron?
No.
Exactly.
Okay, well, then I guess we can get a room, and whatever happens down here, we weren't involved in the fireballing.
Oh, I mean that's kind of like a last resort, right? It's kind of a lot to escalate from like an argument to punching people in the face to blowing the place up, you know?
That was a joke. I'm just splitting the rewards from the guard captain. We also have this bag of tricks. I'm going to reach into the bag of tricks
Oh no.
and drop on the floor. What do I get?
Dear God.
So I guess I roll a d8.
Give me
I'm
an
pretty
8.
sure that's what it is.
7 or an 8.
I got a giant rat. Sweet. And I'm going to say, oh, Clarence, there are rats in your establishment.
Holy shit, that thing is huge!
Would you
I make a huge show of it.
Well, Clarence isn't there yet.
Ah, rat! What the fuck? I thought this place was clean.
Can I give orders to the rat?
I think it obeys your command.
Yeah,
I don't know if it obeys your spoken commands.
I tell the rat to scurry around the area and try not to step down.
How big is a D&D giant rat?
oh, that's a good question. I think they're medium, aren't they?
Something like
I
wolf-sized
suspect
here?
so.
It's
No, I thought they
small,
were small.
like dog-sized rat. Okay.
So the rat starts wandering like around the end. Just what exactly did you want it doing?
Just to walk around the common area.
Okay.
I want to cause as much commotion as I can to bring attention to the rat.
At this point, most of the people have kind of like cleared out of the inn, because nobody wants any part of this. But there are still a few patrons and stuff, and they just kind of like, ugh.
There's a cat-sized rat.
And then the doors to the inn open up. There, officer, that is the man who refuses to leave our establishment.
Help! Officer, kill the rat!
And two officers come in. What's going on?
We're just here, and then what is that thing?
It looks like a rat, but it's not attacking anything, so...
I mean, it bit me.
Make a deception check. There's a rat in here and it bit you?
Look, can you not see it? Are you blind? It's a
Clarence, what kind of establishment are you running here? And the guards walk over and they start attacking the rat.
I don't give any new commands to the rat.
Okay, so it's just like walking around?
I mean, it
Being
might
attacked?
defend itself automatically. I don't know, but
I don't know if it does or not.
think there was like an option to have it just act naturally.
The creature acts in a fashion appropriate to its nature.
Yeah, so it like kind of like nips back at the guards, and the guards just slay the rat with really no problem. And one of them picks it up by its tail. Clarence, clean up this place. What even is going on? Why is it always you? Well, you see, officer, it just sometimes people don't want to. Clarence, just let them do what. Are they hurting anybody? Well, me. Look at me. You probably deserved it. Just sorry, man in the armor. Please, I understand. Clarence is, well, he's Clarence. Just don't punch people, please. We have other things to do.
I am
Let's-
terribly sorry that you were distracted from your important duties to come listen to Clarence's bitching. And I'd like to make a small contribution to the local Guardsman 401 fund. And I give him 7 silver pieces.
Well, this is awkward because there's 2 of us.
Well, one's for your boss, because you know.
Listen, I'm sorry, what is your name?
Oblitus.
Obletus. We're not allowed to take bribes.
It's not a bribe, it's a donation to the guard fund.
Call it what you will, but I can't give 1 silver piece to the boss and be like, yeah, they gave us more.
Oh, I understand. Here you go. And I pat him on the back, slipping a silver piece down his shirt.
Thank you for being patrons of East Haven and the White Lady Inn.
So the problem was not
Have a good night.
it was just that it was uneven and they couldn't the boss.
Yes, that's what he was getting at.
Oh,
Have a safe patrol, and if you see the good captain, let her know that I'm trying to stay out of trouble.
Oh, do you know Imdara?
Oh yeah, we just got off talking to her before we came here to get a room for the night.
Yeah, we
yeah,
just
she
got
gave us
out
a
on bail.
cool bag that, if you pull something out of it, it turns into an animal.
Oh, you guys are the ones who dealt with the ghosts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that is exciting. Yes, you guys have a good night. You see, I told you we didn't want to fight them.
How would you find us?
Well, that's what I was trying to tell them on our way over here. You guys have a great night. You are heroes in East Haven. Thank you for your service.
Thank you. You're the real heroes.
Clarence just like looks at them with like his jaw hitting the floor.
Now, Clarence, if you don't mind, we're gonna return to our discussion. If you could keep out of it, be much appreciated.
I think it's all decided. We just need rooms and sleeping now.
Sounds good to me.
We've caused enough trouble here, I think.
At least for a day.
So is everybody planning on heading up to the rooms?
I believe this was a good trick with the rat. I liked it. How do you know it was going to be a rat anyways? Like, what if
Who was I sharing a room with?
I think you had your own.
I think you had the solo.
I mean,
Oh.
unless you want to share a room with someone.
If you don't want to sleep alone because you're scared without your cat, we can shuffle rooms.
We can also arrange for you
Tarek
to
has claimed
recast the
I
spell to get
snore.
your cat back.
Or my armor creaks in the middle of the night.
Well, my plan was to try resummoning my cat.
You do snore quite a bit.
So being alone for
I
that
do
is
not
probably good.
snore.
How would you know? You're asleep.
He makes a good
Snoring.
point.
I'll confirm
Specifically.
this. Lead us. I'll join you, and let's go to sleep.
Wait, but
Elena, you're okay by yourself?
I mean, like, if you want someone to like stay with you while you
I
cast
need
a
to
spell,
process my cat situation.
All right, great. And so Tarek, you're on cauldron duty with Pebble.
I suppose if that's the way it is, that's the way it is.
All
The
right, you
cauldron
get the
has a
bed.
cover, by the way. We can put the cover on Pebble so it's dark, so you can sleep easier.
Oh, yeah, that'd be much appreciated. Just don't stir it while I'm inside,
I
please.
mean, I do have the other half of Drock's tent. You have a great tapestry. Like,
Can I
picture
have
to look
that
at.
back?
Well, what if he's going to use it as the blanket?
I mean,
He
you
can
use
get a
actual
blanket. I need that back.
It has such a great drawing on it. He could stare up at it.
May I have that?
I hand him the half tent.
I'm mending my tent back together.
All right, so we have what Drock and Abletus, and then Tarek and Pebble with the cauldron, and then Alina in her own room.
Without a cat. Blah, blah.
Rest in peace, cat.
Drock, did you want to ward up their room with the cauldron for safety's sake, or do we not?
Like we do.
You better not snore in that.
I just
thing.
want to know if you need to set that up before I lay down for bed, or if you're gonna be casting spells while I'm trying to sleep.
I can set that up. It'll take me some 11 minutes, but I guess I can stay awake that much longer.
Yeah, it'll take me about 11 minutes to get comfortable inside this thing. So.
I guess I will also perform a ritual during this time. I will cast augury, asking Shar if it's okay to go to sleep.
Answer no sleep ever.
Once I get back in my room, I'm just gonna start a ritual to re-find my cat.
All right, so Drock, you're setting up alarms for the cauldron. Abletus, you do augury. Going to sleep for the night, you get.
Bear in mind, there could be a random result.
And it's only a plan of action you take within the next 30 minutes.
Right.
I guess it could be the knock-on effects beyond the 30. I don't know.
I think you have to start taking the action in the next 30 minutes. Like the effects of Wheel and Woe can be past the 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's the way I always read it. Is it's like what
Seems
you're
reasonable.
doing in the next 30 minutes, and then what that action triggers.
Right, you can't be like augury. If I kill a dragon next week, it won't give you anything for that. But if I want to attack the dragon right now, it'll tell me. Or it'll give me a result.
You get wheel.
Good enough for me.
Okay. Pebble, are you doing anything?
Trying to find a comfortable position inside.
And Tarek?
I shall stay up for a little while and short rest before I go to sleep, just in case anything does happen. Kind of just meditating and essentially just keeping watch for a little bit, and then I'll go to sleep afterwards.
Okay. Drock, are you doing anything other than the alarm?
I am going to be recreating my 3 rocks of salt spray smell, the sound of waves, and a little bit of wind via infuse item, which will remove the all the other ones that I have out because I can only have 3 at a time. I only meant to click that 3 times.
How does Abletus feel when Drock sets up the smell of the sea and the waves crashing against the shore?
Also, actually, it's this one, not the one I linked. So I messed that up.
I knew what you meant.
I don't like the sea sound. I asked if he could replace the sea sound with the dripping of water in a cave or something like that.
Could we do both?
Well, can you do both? I thought
Well,
you
yeah,
were-
it would be one sound, but it would be like waves overlaid with the dripping of stalactites.
maybe lake lapping, because there's underground lakes. So
Okay,
like-
I can do that. Okay. Unfortunately, that was the one I did last, so I got to recast all 3 of them. So when I go through them in order again, is that to your liking?
I don't know. Is it?
Well, does it sound like an underground lake dripping stalactites?
Give me a performance check. It's barely acceptable compared to the noise of the inn and the sound before. I give it it's all right.
Okay.
Better than before.
Yeah, the problem is it's still like the waves crashing and everything, and the dripping is there, but it sounds so similar, and then the waves crashing just kind of like override the sound of the drip.
I explained to him because clearly you haven't been in a cave in a while, like a really wet one. The dripping is actually like slower and needs to be sort of syncopated. So like you have like this steady dripping, and like that's good for trying to sleep and stuff like that. But it's slightly unnatural because
Oh,
it's a
saying
little
there's
too
like
even.
3 or 4 sources you can hear, and each has their own kind of period, and they sometimes line up, they sometimes don't, depending. Okay, let me try that again. The good news is I was smart this time and did that one first, so I just gotta redo this one right now.
No. See, now you're just trying too hard. I understand that. Like, let Shar guide you in your efforts, and I'm sure that will make things all better.
I just gotta do all 3 again now, unfortunately. I have plus what, D4?
1d4.
You hear
Oh,
a
no.
whisper in the back of your head. Why don't you make this one good before you do the other two?
Well, I mean, but see, now you have the waves wrong. Like I said, it's more of like a lapping.
Oh,
and
sorry. I was just it kind of it slipped my mind the way, and then I kind of went back to like ocean waves, but we were going for underground lake. I
Right.
forgot.
And you have to remember that like sometimes the lapping is slightly distorted as well because of the dripping into the pool. Well, this is good enough. I think it's time we go to sleep.
Oh, I tried.
Okay, and then Alina, you are casting your Find Familiar spell.
Yep.
So you light up your brazier and get the incense going and everything, and about an hour later, Lulu arrives.
Lulu.
Stares at you.
Give her a hug.
The cat like awkwardly like puts its paw on your shoulder.
So I didn't sense like anything before Lulu just like ceased to exist on this plane.
Nope.
Man, it's creepy. I guess I'll also ask Lulu now that she's back if she remembers anything.
It just kind of like meows at you a couple of times.
I pet her.
And then it nods. Meows some more.
Well, I apologize to Lulu. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened to you, but I will protect you.
The cat just kind of like sighs and looks at you. And then the cat quickly just like transforms and is no longer a cat, and instead a tiny humanoid, red as fire with like a tail and everything, looks at you. I can't do it anymore. Hello.
Hello.
You are Alina.
I am Alina. You are. Well, I named you Lulu, but what's your real name?
Yes, you called me Lulu, but you can continue to call me Lulu, but my name is Krigbex.
Okay. I'll probably forget. But
Lulu's fine too. I'm gonna be honest. It's really hard pretending to be a cat. I don't know if you've ever been a cat. I don't think I did a great job.
Well, I think
they knew. Do you think they knew? I think they knew. You're like staring at me blankly here. Your friends. Do you think they knew I probably wasn't a cat?
I remember at one point someone detected magic and you were.
Oh yeah, that is.
I did that.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, it really is. You know, you just can't hide everything. And there was that one time where I was like, I was like, I'm a cat, but like cats here are a lot smaller than cats down there. So
I wouldn't say
wasn't ready for
that's
that
too
one.
much of a problem because it's known that some cats can be really big.
Yeah. I mean, that might have been it. Hopefully that's what they thought, but you can't tell them though, okay? I'm not even supposed to tell you already, but it just gets really frustrating trying to communicate with you sometimes, because you don't speak cat, and I don't speak cat, so I just kind of like meow and hope the point gets across, but like it doesn't. You know, this job is hard, man. I'm telling you, like. Master's just like, you gotta watch over her. And I'm like, man, why? Like, I'm just not ready for this.
So you're I'm trying to find the thing I had written down. Okay, so your master is Cadiel, I take it.
Yes. Cadiel. Yes. That's my master.
All right. Well, I guess now that you can speak, I guess we're talking in common. What happened with that dude that we visited yesterday or earlier today?
You're talking about the tiefling guy. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I don't trust him.
Well, he seemed to have you sussed out like immediately, which was.
Yeah, he's kind of a dick.
And
like, who doesn't like a cat? That's why I was a cat, right? Like, who doesn't like a cat? He doesn't like a cat. I'm pretty sure. Maybe he's just a bad dude.
I'm assuming he killed you or something.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Shit, that hurt. I was like checking out the room just like you asked me to, and like I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really like, eyes in the back of my head, as you say. I don't got them. So like I was checking out this room, and the next thing I know, it just hurt. Like my entire mind was like shaking, and poof, I was back in I was back in my domain, and now I'm here. I appreciate it. It's good looking out.
Yeah, well, like I said, I will try to not
let me die. That would be
a danger in the future.
that hurts. I'm gonna be honest. Like the boss only gave me like one summon, and you already used it. So I'm not planning on dying, but like if it happens again, you might want to get some more of that shit.
Yeah, that's gonna be the first thing I do. I guess tomorrow when I have a chance.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Yeah, I would do that. However, if I were you, I would like maybe take care of me and not let me die.
I agree.
It hurts every time.
I hope it's okay if I think of you as a cat forever.
Yeah, I mean, I could be a cat if that's what you want. Like I said, I'm just not very convincing.
I think that adds to the charm.
Else. Like, what if I turned into like a buzzard? You think if I turned into a buzzard, they might not notice? Then I could like fly around.
Well, are buzzards native to the 10 towns?
Shit, I don't know.
I don't think buzzards live.
No, they're not.
Somewhere that is cold. Yeah, that's a good idea though. You could.
I mean,
I guess you could be like a snow owl and.
Snow owl. Those are pretty. Yeah, I could probably do that. The question is though. Yeah, actually, you know what? I could just be a snow owl from now on. That could work. And then I could like fly around and like, it's safer in the air than it is on the ground.
I agree. I have.
Yeah. Have you flown too? That's awesome.
I have not, but it's something I dream.
You haven't flown?
No.
Shit, man, I'm gonna be honest. The boss was like talking you up. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, this powerful warlock who's got all these powers. Like, we're gonna be invincible. But like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've seen the growth. Okay. And you've really come forward a lot. But maybe we could bump it up a notch. You know,
Well, I mean, KDO hasn't been the most communicative, so I'm kind of trying to figure things out on my own, and I don't
oh
know if he's
yeah. Well,
told you,
the
but
good thing is, me and you, we could talk, and like I could talk
yeah.
to KDL. Yeah, I could talk. I could talk to KDL for you. Like, what do you want me to say?
Um, well, not like right now, but just that's a great avenue of communication to have.
I
I mean,
agree. And
right
now
now
that
I'm
I'm not a
still.
cat, we can talk more. Because like the meowing just, it was fun and all. It just didn't really do it.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm still trying to find those 20 stones, I think it was, that KDO
Oh
told me.
yeah. He told me about those. They seem mighty important to him. Yeah, the stones of Thrune.
Yeah. Do you know anything about it? Because I've been trying to find
No,
information,
I
but
don't. I'm gonna be honest. He told me you did. So
oh, well, hopefully we find out soon.
I could talk to him. Uh,
Or
yeah.
still,
Well, I'm a little nervous to be like, hey, I don't think Alina knows what she's trying to do. Um, he's got a bit of a temper, so if I went and
hmm.
did that, like, it probably hurt. But you know what? I'd do it for you. I'd do it for you.
Okay,
So
how about we like keep trying to information gather and see what's going on, uh, just with the folks I'm traveling with and stuff. And if we still don't have any leads in a while, then we ask.
I like it. I like the way you think.
Okay, I think I am about to sleep, but I'm glad you're back. You're still a
Yeah,
cat in
yeah,
my heart.
yeah. You can sleep. I don't really need to. Um, so like, so what's the plan for tomorrow? Right? Am I a cat? Am I an owl? I
Um,
mean, I still got the buzzard idea. If you want to go with that,
I seem to like buzzards. Wait, can you transform into one right now?
into a buzzard.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just curious because I don't think I've ever seen one before.
It turns into a buzzard.
That is interesting.
It like caws a little bit.
So I'm thinking maybe Snow Owl first tomorrow because it would be really weird if I just like show up with Lulu the cat again after you had gone missing yesterday. And then at some point I think you can just I guess show back up as a cat. Like you rejoined us after we left the inn or something. And then that will be less weird.
He turns into a snow owl and like flies to the windowsill and like perches.
Oh. Okay, well, good night, Lulu.
Does like a little who and then like ruffles its feathers a little bit.
That's adorable.
All right. Anybody else have anything for the rest of the night? Cool. Let's take 5, and then we'll wake up. Be right back.
They say
Reset
Bearbat.
all my daily ability, fill up my HPs.
Oh shit! So many buttons to press.
We drank some water and got myself a popsicle, so I'm gonna be here the whole time.
I am going to get a popsicle.
Huge.
I have a bunch of like cherry popsicles dipped in chocolate.
Jimmy, you forgot to
Super
ask
good.
if we level up during this long rest.
That is a more
Oh,
serious
that's
popsicle.
at the end of the session. The usual time for leveling ups.
This means I'm now attuned to the Psy crystal. Dun dun dun.
Goodbye, 9 temporary hit points.
Oh yeah, those are far more serious popsicles than I got, and they look delicious. Now I kind of want one of those. Is this like a local place? She's probably not here. Where to buy? Oh, they have them around here. Oh, no, they don't. I'd have to go much closer to Chicago for them to have them. Alas, I'm not cool enough. But this reinforces I decided recently that if I were going to live somewhere else, it would be Streamwood, Illinois, as that seems to be the ideal location road-wise. And there's these popsicles near there, so this just reinforces that.
I've returned.
Welcome back. I've been ranting to myself. Probably to myself. I don't know. Someone's probably been listening to me.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Don't worry, I appreciated everything you said.
I don't know if I believe you.
You seem very enthusiastic about that street name, which I've already forgotten, that has popsicles near it.
All right, and back.
I'm jealous of your good popsicles.
They are so good.
But I found out that the nearest place that sells them is about 30 minutes from me. So,
Oh.
although there's one near my work.
I mean, 30
Stop.
minutes for
I'm definitely
popsicles, like, that's right.
Problem is, I'm one of those people where I'm like, I'm from Chicago, but I'm not actually from Chicago. It's just that's what I say for people that don't know the area.
More of a, you're from Illinois?
Well,
Illinois? How do you pronounce that? Is the last
Illinois.
S silent?
Illinois.
Illinois.
Illinois is what people from Wisconsin call Illinois.
Is there like an Illinois-Wisconsin rivalry?
Yeah. Well,
I
I mean,
understand.
mostly Wisconsin doesn't like Illinois. Illinois, the people there own like vacation houses in Wisconsin.
I see.
They like Wisconsin, except the Packers. I was once told by a boss that he's like, "Wait, you're from Wisconsin? That probably means that you're a Packers fan." I'm like, I didn't say that I don't really care for sports much, but he's like, I gotta change our interview questions and lead with that question. Make sure we don't get any more Packer fans in here. He was joking, but only mostly. There was some amount of truth to that.
I mean, like, that's not a protected class. You're allowed to discriminate based on it. I suppose unless you consider it to be like a disability, in which case you can no longer discriminate based on it.
Being from Wisconsin is kind of a disability, sure. With cheeseheads.
Now, as a person from Wisconsin originally, although I think at this point I have been, I have. I've been in Illinois longer than I lived in Wisconsin at this point. So.
Actually, when I just deployed with the Minnesota National Guard and some Wisconsin National Guard mixed in, I like the Wisconsin people way better than the Minnesotans, actually.
Yeah, and Minnesota's nice, but Wisconsin's more fun.
It's been like a decade since now, so I can't recall. But like the Minnesotans had like this weird saying they would do like all the time, like don't you know, or like a like one of those stereotypes. But like the Minnesotans had like an actual one they did, and it drove me nuts. Because normally, like you don't.
That don't you know thing is actually a thing that actually happens.
Don't you know?
Like I said, I'm not saying they don't have. I'm just saying like they're exaggerated in media and stuff like that. I guess I found it weird because
also happens.
Well, I was in the I you may not know this, but in the National Guard, I was in the intelligence agency. So like generally speaking, the people that are relatively intelligent. I mean, that's a gross generalization, but like generally they at least think they're smart. And so the fact that they had like this weird quirk of of improper English to me with my New Englander dialect, just tweaked me just a little bit.
You're gonna hate it when you find out what people call water fountains up there.
Sprinklers?
No, they're bubblers.
Coolers? Bubblers? Yeah, all right. I've heard all those before.
Not the bubbler.
To be fair, we had water from like water coolers, so they actually did bubble a little bit.
Is Suture back? Do we level up?
I mean, we did beat up that one guy in.
Turns out he was a big bad all along.
He was worth a lot.
I showed remarkable restraint.
Indeed, you didn't kill him. That's pretty impressive.
Honestly, 3 1-damage punches would kill most commoners.
I think commoners have exactly 3 hit points.
Does that mean he's not what he seems to? Is he actually some kind of devil?
No, I think you only got in for 2, right?
Or did you? I thought you punched him 3 times.
To be fair, I would have tried to punch him non-lethally. Although I probably would have to have declared that.
Oh no, commoners have 4. Apparently, if you go from being a commoner to a wizard and you don't have extra con, you lose hit points. Well, no, you don't. You still you go to.
They can have a D6, right?
Yeah.
So they
Okay.
6 at minimum.
But apparently, if you're starving in a basement and you take 1 point of damage, you die as a commoner. If you don't remember that happened in Care Koenig or whatever.
Yes, indeed.
A fateful day where you murdered someone.
All I'm saying is, clans better watch out. It's not the first commoner I've murdered.
You've literally tasted the blood.
Well, those are fishermen. They're not common. Well, I mean, maybe they're commoners also.
I mean,
but
is there a different subclass of people?
maybe because like they might have a sailing skill. Maybe they're sailors.
They could be made of sturdier stuff.
Only Suitor knows. Suture.
What do I know?
If the dead people in the Hagen were commoners or like fishermen or something, like, and thus might have different stat blocks.
Or if we leveled up tonight.
You did not level up. Sorry, Jimmy.
Next time.
We were discussing how many more punches it would take to kill Clarence.
Probably 1 or 2.
That's what we determined.
Is everybody back? I think I've heard from everyone.
I do believe everybody is back.
Excellent. So you guys finish your long rest. The cauldron is still intact. What would you like to do?
First things first, I'm gonna test the psi crystal. My boy Pebble is gonna hear in his mind, "Hey, is this thing on?"
What the fuck?
Do you need line of sight to do that?
I think so. I think it normally go. Oh, right, telepathy does. 1 second. An action, unlimited range, except mine's 120. Telepathic link between yourself and a willing creature. Are you willing to hear things from Drock?
I mean, I guess so.
With which you are familiar. The creature can be anywhere on the same plane of existence, apparently within 120 feet in this case. Yeah. Until the spell ends, so as long as I'd like, I guess, you and the target can instantaneously share words, images, sounds, other sensory messages with one another through the mind link.
Oh, well, you get a sharp jolt of pain as I hit my head against the inside of the cauldron. What
Ow!
the fuck?
You know that crystal I found in the cave? It's. I told you it was magical. It's full of mind magic. Now, hey, wait. Is Tarek awake?
Let me check. Oh, I head out of the cauldron.
Oh, he's great. You see, you were thinking it, and
Oh,
well, I'll put you on hold 1 second.
Uh,
Tarek, you there?
no, you're still talking to me. Oh, well, that's it.
Well, yeah, we got our mind crossed. But Tarek, the gem, it was magic. I can speak into people's minds now.
You're in the room with the Bleedus, though, right?
Yeah. I'm probably also talking out loud because I'm not good at this.
How can you speak in people's minds? How are you in my mind?
The crystal in my armor. I mean, that wasn't necessary, but that's a good place for it, you see.
Fair. The one from the cave?
Yeah, the one that you guys almost made me leave there.
This is a strange sensation. I mean, I've experienced it before, but just not your voice.
Lena! Oh, wait, still Tarek. 1 second. Lena, you awake?
Yeah, good morning, friends.
Wait. But you can't. It's just me. I'm speaking in your mind. It's a psi crystal. I understand. It's confusing.
Hello.
It's magic. It was magic. It still is. Anyway, I'm up. I just wanted to test this. Good night. I mean, morning. Bye. Wait, shit. How do I turn this off? And then you don't hear anymore. Oh, Bleedus, I see you're awake now.
Good morning. Having fun?
Well, yes. Would you? I got the crystal working. I can now speak into people's minds.
That's useful. I would prefer you not use it on me.
Oh, I mean, I guess I can respect that. But what if you're in danger?
That's obviously, exception, but in general.
How important does the information need to be before I can disregard your preferred?
On a scale of Tarek's unconscious to I'm about to die, it should be at least 1 point above Tarek's unconscious.
So 1.1 Tarek's unconscious things.
Right.
Become a scale.
Just the lower end of it, though.
Is it stew time?
Perhaps we shouldn't waste the magic of the cauldron. Perhaps we should go to the speaker's house and have stew with the guardsmen.
Sounds good to me. I'm gonna wait downstairs. Get me when you're ready.
I'm gonna clean my armor. There's I missed the spot last night. There's still some wolf gunk in there. Or maybe hag gunk. Maybe that's a human toenail. It's hard to say.
Oh no.
Alright, well, it looks like we've got an hour when Tarek is meditating or whatever. We're just getting ready to go.
I believe that's correct.
During this time, I'll go check on Clarence, make sure he's still alive.
You go downstairs and you see a man who he looks really close to Clarence, but he's not Clarence.
Excuse me, I'm looking for Clarence. Is he around?
Clarence isn't here. He apparently got pretty roughed up last night, so he asked me to fill in.
Oh, all right. You look awfully similar, if you don't mind me saying. Brothers?
Yes, you could say that. My name's Cletus. I am his twin.
Yeah. All right. Well, I figured we should pay for our rooms, I guess. I represent Dewey, Cheatham, and Hal. So we have 3 rooms, naturally.
Dewey, Cheatham, and Hal. Okay. Ooh, you know what? Ooh, I don't think I can give you rooms.
Oh, I mean, we already have rooms.
Oh.
I was just gonna be like, well, we're gonna pay and get out of your way, but I mean.
Oh, yeah. You can do that. Yeah, I will take your money.
Yeah. How much is it?
Shit. I don't call it like 10 silver a room.
Excuse me, that's not what we paid the previous night.
I was testing you. 5 silver a room.
You can stop testing me now.
One? One silver a room?
I'm glad we were able to get to the bottom of things.
Yeah, so that'll be 3 silver.
Alright, give him 3 silver. I say, well, I hope you and Clarence are doing well. I'd hate for there to be more trouble.
He's not doing well.
Oh, really? I thought I healed him.
It busted him up pretty bad.
Must have been out of magic. Well, these things happen.
He's missing like most of his teeth. I don't know how he's gonna eat ever again.
Now, let me tell you something. I hear there's going to be plenty of stew around soon. And you don't need teeth to eat stew, so, get on him.
I certainly hope so. If he dies, I don't know what would happen to me.
Oh, that'd be awful, wouldn't it?
I'd probably die. I think that's how it works.
Wait, I thought you were, like, twins or something.
Yeah, we are.
But then why would you die? Are you like a Simmerlacum?
No, my name's Cletus. I'm just saying, all I know is I've never been alive when he's been dead.
Oh, so you're like the younger brother.
Nah, we were born at the same time.
One of you has to be born first.
I don't think so. No, we were born on the same day.
You two are definitely related. All right, got it. So, yeah, goodbye.
Yeah, you have a good one.
And then I'll just go back and wait for everyone to finish their morning routine.
If we're waiting an hour for Tarek, I'm going to spend that hour, maintaining my armor.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything to do? So after the hour's up, you guys all head downstairs. You notice that Alina has a white snow owl perched on her shoulder now.
Yeah, new friend?
Yeah.
Did you ever find, what was the name of that cat again?
Lulu?
Yeah, Lulu.
No.
Oh, that's a shame.
Elena, are you a druid?
No.
You might be a druid because of all the animals. So be very careful when putting on metal armor. You might explode.
Oh, good to know. I do like animals though.
I also think the important part is as long as you never realize you're a druid, you'll never explode when putting on the armor. So just never realize.
Yeah, but it's kind of like we just told her that, right?
Well, we said she might be. She still doesn't know.
So as long as you have plausible deniability.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not a lie if you believe it, except you're not a druid unless you believe it.
You'd have to probably meet like another druid and they'd confirm it. Then she'd probably explode.
I mean, you can kind of test, right? Like, put on a piece of metal and be like, I am a druid. And if you explode, well, turns out you're right. And if you don't, turns out you're wrong. Look, I'll try it. And I don't know. I'm sure can I borrow a glove from someone? Josh, can I borrow a glove?
I think you have to wear enough metal armor to give you increased amount of defense for it to work.
Can I hold your shield then? Does that count?
No, druids don't explode when holding shields.
Yeah. Damn it. All right, we'll figure something out later. Anyway,
shall we walk over to the guardhouse while we discuss this?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Oh, I know. I'll wear the cauldron. I am a druid. Oh, thank goodness.
Can you get out of the cauldron? It's heavy. Like, you're heavier than the cauldron.
Sorry.
You can take off your backpack first.
Yeah. I mean, I was fighting. Yeah, yep, my bad. Cauldron's pretty good armor, though.
I mean, you can use it for cover, I guess. Like, if you use it, like, if you jump in it and duck.
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
total cover.
Until
Just
someone
like
stirs it.
Black inside. You may have to stir it for a minute, so hopefully you can stop them from doing that.
I mean, have you ever tried to stop someone from stirring? All right, let's get on the road.
From inside the cauldron, you just sort of like grab the spoon and hang on tight.
Yeah, but then they just stir you with that. And then you get sick.
Yeah, but you weigh like 100 pounds.
What, you calling me skinny?
I mean, I assume they chop off some of the extraneous bits before they try to make stew out of you.
Hey, I'll chop off your extraneous bits. I assume we're
Oblivious
So you
walks
guys are
walking
heading to
through the
guardhouse.
town.
Yeah. Who is carrying the cauldron?
I
I
guess
assumed
Obletus
Tarek.
and I while we were shouting at each other. Yeah.
Well, I assumed it was Tarek and I because you jumped in the cauldron.
Oh, did I stay in the cauldron the whole time? Thanks, guys.
No. We kicked you out because you're
Damn it.
So you guys make it to the guardhouse. On the way, you don't run into any trouble or anything, but like everybody kind of like clears out of your way and just like stares at you. It's a little weird seeing a group of 5 people with a snow owl wearing armor and an Iron Man suit carrying a cauldron down the street. But you guys make it to the guardhouse, and Celeria, once again, sitting at the desk. You guys walk in. Are you fucking kidding me? I thought you guys were leaving.
We need to speak to the speaker. We would like to speak to the speaker.
Why?
None of your business?
Oh my god. Fine, I'll be right back.
Say regarding the long-term welfare of the town.
And this is a speaker, not Yeah, okay.
What?
Oh, we want to speak with the speaker, not with your boss.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Now, just making sure. I know you're not one for listening.
I no need to insult the peons.
So she goes off, and about a minute later, is there anything anybody else wants to do while you guys are here?
I cast a spell.
Yeah, so about a minute later, a human man comes out. He's got dark, long black hair, kind of skinny, but he looks out and he goes, "Yes, I'm the speaker here."
Can we talk to you in your office, please? We're Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. We recently.
Oh, you guys are the ones who like killed the cave and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can talk.
Fantastic. Thank you for
Come
your.
into my office. And you guys walk into his office. This office is the exact opposite of Imdra's. There is pictures of him shaking hands with like a whole bunch of people across 10 towns. You see him like shaking hands with Duvessa, and him shaking hands with like Captain Imdra and Skandar and all these other people that you guys have started meeting. He's got like deeds and things like that just hanging across his office. He's got a sword and a shield hanging up above his chair. So what's going on?
So hi, I'm Obletus,
Hi,
member
I'm
of Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe, and in this, the process of solving your problems, we acquired this magical artifact, which my friend Pebble will explain to you.
Magical artifact. He and it's a little off-putting. This guy like leans forward in his chair, just like looking at you guys, like talking really, really close to you.
Now, have you ever seen a cauldron before? Now, you probably have. I know. All right. So, this cauldron, though, it can do things, right? Now, what do you normally do in a cauldron? You make stews, right? That's what anyone does. But what is the first step?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Why do you ask a question?
What is?
You already know the answer.
It's a build-up. You see, it's telling a story. It's part story, part question. So, What is the first step to
Whoa, can
making
you do
a
this
good
with
stew?
music?
You put water in the cauldron, right? Alina, do the
Oh,
thing.
okay.
I mean, I cannot create water.
Drock helper. All right. So while they do that,
What's going on?
the first step is to put water in the stew. Now, what is the second step to make it a good stew? You think about what you want to make. What's your favorite kind of stew? Speaker.
Well, you really put me on the spot here. I mean, I do like. No, I don't want that. Is this important?
Reasonably so, yeah. You don't just like think about it. I'm doing the think meme to him right now. You know, the one that.
Well, there's just so many good options out there, you know? Like, you could get, like, a good crag cat.
All right, crag cat stew, gotcha.
Well, no, hold on. I don't know if that's my favorite, though.
It's okay, we can change it later.
Oh, okay,
All right.
okay.
So, crag cat stew, all right? Think real hard about that. And then, take this ladle and stir the pot. Here, look.
I pour a couple, assuming nobody actually has create water, I will pour like 2 water skins worth of water in there, so like 2 gallons.
I assume somehow, some way, water's ended up in there.
All right, so I just stir this, and I think about what again?
Your favorite. I mean, any good stew doesn't have to be your very favorite.
I don't know what my favorite would be.
Think about lobster stew.
I mean, unless you don't like lobster.
Nah, we'll go with the crag cat.
Crag cat stew. All right, good. So give it a stir, and then for the next minute, I just like talk, chit chat with them, like.
Remember to add spices like pepper and thyme.
So
I don't have any spices.
Hey, think about how the stew tastes with pepper and thyme.
Okay.
So how are things going in the city right now? Anyways, there's not like a hunger problem, is there?
No, I mean, I think everything's going pretty good.
But it's like everyone's kind of eating, fish all day, right? That's a little bit.
They're eating a lot of fish, but I mean, everybody gets by. It's not like we're like Karen Koenig or something like that.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't want to be like them. Oh dear God.
Yeah, we're doing all right.
Glad to hear. Now, it's, you've been serving the stew for a while, right? Normally you have to add ingredients to the stew to make it good, but take a look at.
That's not water.
What is water?
Is that stew?
Crag cat stew.
Oblitus takes out his traveling bowl and scoops himself some, and then sits down in the corner and eats it. Since we skipped breakfast for this,
I think you can see the value of what we have here.
So what do you want?
10,000 gold.
10,000 gold? I don't have.
I mean, or equivalent value in, valuable gems, art pieces, magic items, property deeds. Maybe not property deeds. I don't know if we need property deeds.
It can do up to 30 gallons at a time, 3 times per day, 4 people per gallon. That's 120 gallons, or 120 people, 3 times, 360 people's worth of stew every day. And all you need is water.
He puts his fingers up in the air and does the math with you. Yeah, it checks out.
How many fingers does this guy have?
This is something. Where did you get this?
That's proprietary information.
No, we killed a hag and took it from him.
Okay, fine.
In just 1 year, you will have made 131,000 servings of stew, which means that you'd be paying less than 1 silver per stew in just the first year alone, and then after that, it's just pure profit.
And you can think you can make it a different type of stew if you like. Have your best chef dream up your best type of stew while you mix it, and bam.
Well, we don't have that kind of money. Not 10,000 gold anyway.
I told you we need to go to the Blue Man Group.
As I mentioned, we're willing to deal in, soft currencies and other valuable goods.
I think the most I could do is like probably about 2,500.
Now, I understand that, it's a lot of money to be asking for, but...
We'll take it!
Oh, hold up. 2,500 in, coin and gems, very well, but perhaps you could spice in the deal, so to speak, because spicy stew. You get it? With, I'm sure you have some type of...
How does his crag cat stew taste compared to the stew that Pebble made yesterday?
I mean, it just depends. How does Ablita feel about crag cats versus sausage stew?
I mean, if the crag cat is tender, it's probably fine. But like, is the seasoning and spicing better?
No.
All right.
You can tell this guy probably hasn't cooked a day in his life.
You might want to have someone else make the stew, though. Yours is a inferior concoction. No offense. It can be much tastier.
Well, I didn't know what I was doing.
For a sample, it's fine. Just let you know that we've made better out of the pot.
Okay, here's what I can do. I can double it. I can do 5,000 gold.
We'll take it!
Hold up. Let's hear the terms.
We don't have that kind of money in our treasury, so
Understandable.
I would have to arrange for funds. So I wouldn't be able to pay you right now.
How long are we talking about for this to be arranged?
Probably about 2 to 3 days, depending on blizzards.
I look around to the other side. I think this is a workable starting point.
Do we get half up front, and we'll leave the cauldron in your care till we, receive the other half, and then we'll, come back for the rest? Thus, everyone's showing good faith all around. You get the cauldron right away, we get half right away, and then if you don't show up with the money, we just come in, scroll fireball your office or something.
Whoa. We don't need to be threatening.
I'm just saying the worst case scenario.
No, it's not a threat, no. It's merely a potential
Running
outcome.
through the scenario.
We would never think to cause harm here. I mean, East Haven has been among the friendliest of the towns.
It's actually true.
I'll give you half. And then once we get the rest of it, I'll give the rest of it, and we will keep the cauldron here at the guardhouse.
I think we can agree to those terms.
I mean, we don't really care where you keep the cauldron. If you want to make use of it while you gather the rest of the funds, that's not unreasonable. Although you should guard it.
Figure out some logistics and stuff.
Yeah, I'm told that apparently people will start wars over this. I don't know, man. I think it may have been the ramblings of a madman, but do take good care of it.
Yeah, I don't know who told you about starting wars, but I mean, it could happen. Yeah. Ooh.
I mean, you could at least get a couple dozen hungry peasants from Caer Konig trying to steal it.
They'd have to trek all the way down here. I don't think they're that uppity.
But we just have to make sure that word doesn't get out.
Well, I thought the plan was to use it to feed people.
Anymore. The other thing is, if it gets stolen in the next 2 or 3 days, you still owe us the money. Unless we steal it, but we're not planning to.
Are you trying to steal it?
No, we're not. We're just.
Are you trying to scam me, mister?
No, we don't need to scam.
No, we're not that stupid. We have a good working relation with you guys here, right? I mean, with that, Indra can vouch for us. We're not going to ruin that.
All right. Well, you got yourself a deal.
All right. Do we just want to give everyone 500 gold right now?
I'll take it.
Okay.
Elena, are you okay with this trade?
Fine by me. I'm not really a merchant.
Tarek?
Just silently nods.
All right. Sounds like you have a deal, speaker.
All right, well,
Oh,
give me a couple of days. And,
we gotta shake hands on these things, you know. I see you're a handshaking type. Nod at the,
I appreciate it.
and I give him the firmest handshake I can muster.
He goes around and gives everybody handshakes. And when he gets to Obletus, you can remove your glove for a proper handshake.
I take off my glove and shake his hand.
What color is his skin?
Pleasure doing business.
My skin is kind of yellowish.
So like jaundiced?
Kind of like that, yeah. Maybe some green splotches. Like underneath.
Interesting.
So I guess just hang out in East Haven and or I guess do whatever you want, but
Yeah, we'll drop
give me a
by
couple days.
in 2 days. How's that?
Well, we can. We have places to be in like Bryn Shandar and the local environs. So we'll be about 10 towns, but we'll come back in 2 or 3 days or more. Depending, like maybe we have to camp out or something because of blizzard or whatever. So if we're a day late or whatever, don't send out the hit squads.
All right.
Well, Mr. Speaker, it's been a pleasure doing business with you.
Just don't tell anyone.
So
I guess we should mention that we tried to sell it to Skander first.
And at first, we thought maybe he tried to poison us for it, but like we're still alive, so he probably didn't try to poison us. But then we got in a fight with his innkeeper, so he might be trying to poison us again. You never know.
And he
He
didn't
also
want
was
to
the
buy it
one-
from you.
Sorry, what was that?
He didn't want to buy it.
Nah,
He said it
he's
was
the
too
one
much
that told us that it would like start wars or shit. But then he suggested, would bring it to you. So I don't know. Maybe he's being an honest
Are you
businessman.
scamming me?
I mean, no. Why is Skandar like a scammer? It wouldn't really surprise me too
So-
much.
It's classified.
Oh. Look, if you have trouble with that guy, we'll happily kill him for you. For a fee.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm told
Wait a
he's...
minute, I got an idea. Yeah, I'll give you like 20 gold to kill him.
Well, hold on. He's like a popular businessman. If you actually want him, it'll take a bit more than 20 gold.
How much you talking?
For a man
Another
of his...
10,000.
Yeah.
But I only pay you once the job's done, right?
Then we needed the contract in writing that you will pay us.
Right, but if you die, I don't have to pay the rest of the gold for the cauldron, right?
No,
Now, hold on.
well,
If you
I
do
guess
that, that just encourages you to come around and kill us,
I mean, yeah, no, I couldn't do that. I'd get in trouble.
But what I'm hearing is if something happens to him, you wouldn't shed any tears.
Nah, I wouldn't.
All right,
It's
I
also,
understand.
Like, I'd get in trouble if, like, I willfully lead you to your death, so.
Something tells me he's not easy to kill.
Yeah, I get that. I get that vibe too. But gotta have evidence. She's. Ugh.
I mean,
Can't
it's like
stand her, but
if we just make him say that, like he burned some fisherman, you can just burn him on a pole, right? Like the other guy.
We had a bunch of people on his boat killed and tossed in the lake.
you see, the problem is, I don't think that would work.
Too soon.
Nah, there's something. He seems powerful.
Anyway, good talk. We don't really want to assassinate people. So payment in hand, and we'll be out of your hair. Come see you in a couple days. I'm sure you're a busy speaker, a lot of things to do.
Yeah. So I'll see you in a couple days.
Yeah, this guy's voice is a little raspy, huh?
Yep. Bye. All right.
Our DM's
We've been
pretty good
paid
at voices.
2,500 gold or whatever.
Yes.
So everyone can mark down 500 gold in the character sheets, I suppose, because we'll split it evenly.
I have done so.
As we leave, I said, I can't help but feel like something's gonna happen in the next couple of days with him and that pot.
2,500 gold is still pretty good.
I mean, I'd like to get my other 2,500, or our other 2,500.
Well, we should probably talk to the secretary, see if we can get a receipt, unless they have to pay us, even if the town has to pay us, even if the speaker changes.
No, probably should have gotten that from the speaker before. Whatever.
I'm just a guy in armor, man. I can't come up with all the good ideas. Let's go get our dogs and head to Bryn Shandar or one of the towers or something.
I think there was a tower that Tarek wanted to go to. Tarek, you know where it is? At least approximately where it is?
I do know where it is. I thought we were going to Bryn Shandar, but if we decide to head that way first, I mean, it's about the same distance out, I'd say, from Bryn Shandar. Right?
We're flush with cash. Is there anywhere we can spend this money?
Yeah, I mean, is there anything
Did we see
need?
any place in Bryn Shandar that looked like it dealt with high quality goods?
Not in Bryn Shandar.
Or
no.
here in East Haven?
These are the two metropolises of
Where
the
was
town.
oh man, I didn't write that down. Where was there's a guy I talked to about where the Blue Man Group went. There's a town was it past Bryn Shandar?
Oh, they went to the sister fucking place.
Oh yeah, well he
Dugan's
said that
Hole?
was one of them, but there was another one, I think. He said Dugan's Hole was one of them, but there was also another place.
He told you that they were heading towards Goodmead.
Good.
And then from Goodmead, they'd probably go to Dugan's Hole.
So yeah, I mean, if we were trying to offload our new funds into anything, they're probably in Goodmead. But there's also a chance that they could have already left, which doesn't seem
Can we
correct.
see the world map again? Or the local map?
Yeah, I can move you guys there.
I feel like we should stay local for the next couple of days, get our other, the rest of our payment. Because,
Yeah, that would be a
if
lot
we're
of
going to go on a
traveling.
big shopping spree, may as well have all the money.
Ooh, we could go over to that tower to the east of here.
Yeah, if we go there, right, we can go to the tower, and then come back here after a couple of days, and then go to Goodmead, and then back to Bryn Shandar.
The problem is I think the trip to the Spire and back is probably going to be about a week. Rough estimate. How accurate is my rough survival estimate of that, Suitor? Or what is my rough guess if I were to make a survival check of that?
Yeah, go ahead and make a survival check. There and back, depending on how long you guys spent at the tower, your travel time at the very least is probably going to be about a day and a half to 2 days there, and a day and a half to 2 days back to East Haven.
So that's like a 4-day trek plus combat. Whereas if we go to Bryn Shandar, maybe stop at Goodmead if we want to or whatever, and then come back here, that'll be 2 days where we're probably not going to fight anything, and then we can spend our money before we go get ourselves bloodied in the Spire.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize how far away the Spire was.
I mean,
the problem is it's not that it's super far away, but the problem is there's no roads east of East Haven.
So you're looking at a rough trek against open snow, more monsters, etc. So
Not counting any potential blizzards.
and again, we have actual business in Bryn Shandar as well, regarding the chungas and stuff like that, or chwingas. So I mean, it might behoove us to wrap that up cleanly before we go to the Spire, and it only set us back a couple of days.
All right,
but we're still being productive while we wait for our payment.
I vote for that. Let's go to either Bryn Shandar or Goodmead. Or if we're going to Goodmead, I mean, we're gonna meet new people there, and they're gonna want us to do things. So let's go to Bryn Shandar. Or we can go to Goodmead after we've been paid and shit.
Elena, Tarek, do you have opinion?
Sounds fine to me. In this particular scenario, I have a feeling that the Zan isn't going to be too pressed for time.
Elena?
Fine with me.
All I know is Bryn Shander is not East Veer.
No, that's definitely
That's
west.
true. How long does it take to get to Brinchard? Is it like half a day?
Yeah, let me double check here. Uh, 7.5 hours by foot.
So it's like a whole day's travel.
I mean, we're on a Anyway, yeah. So let's go to Brinchandar. That's a day. We probably don't even just spend a full day there, and then we spend another day coming back here, and then he may have our money, or we spend one night in East Haven, get our money in the morning, and then head to the Spire.
I mean, if we get there early enough, we take care of our business quickly enough, we just probably could head to Goodmead in the same day.
Doesn't
Maybe
look
night,
like there's
but-
a direct road from Brinchandar to Goodmead, though. We gotta go back to East Haven.
What is the is there like a branch here that goes to Goodmead, or do they go along the Redwater here?
Oh, it was this one. Thought this was the path.
Is this a road?
Is what? No. So what you do is you see the black line that goes east of East Haven, and then it loops back around. That's the road to Goodmead. Yeah, that one.
I see. So we have to go from East Haven to Bryn Shandar, do our business, and back to East Haven, and then go to Goodmead.
I mean,
if you want to take the roads, yes.
I mean, we could try and do like one of these jobs if we wanted to.
I don't care.
I'm prepared to not go to Goodmead.
Yeah, let's start by going to Bryn Shandar and doing our business there.
All right, we gather up Bill, Ben, Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe, and head to Bryn. How much do we owe the kennel?
It's 1.8 gold.
Yep.
That's just expensive. That's more than we pay for our own room.
It's a lot more than we pay for our own rooms.
But the dogs are in paradise.
And is learning how to be a doggy leader. Something like that.
All right, so you guys are heading to Bryn Shander. On the road, I mean, it's pretty busy. People are moving, basically just going from Bryn Shander to East Haven. Again, the traffic up to Caer Dineval is basically none. Is there anything you guys wanted to do on the way to Bryn Shander?
Watch out for the Blue Man Group.
Say it, Bleedus. You talked about that like a ritual ceremony thing earlier. Yeah. Like what all is it? What all does it entail? Tell me more.
So if you want to dedicate yourself to Shar service, I can basically perform a ceremony wherein you will feel especially close to Shar for at least 24 hours, and then if you want to if you want to go further than that, that's between you and Shar. But I can sort of jumpstart the divine connection, as it were.
Oh, good. So the first 24 hours is kind of like a trial period, right? Like a meet and greet. I'm just like, I'm not ready to jump into the ice water or whatever you guys do.
The benefits of dedicating yourself to Shar, at least in the short term, include you'll be especially resilient to magical effects and alert to dangers and stuff like that. And you'll be blessed with luck and skill in all that you do for the day. So it comes with some legitimate gains being close to divinity.
So then we should do it at like a time when we're gonna try something dangerous. I mean, that's like a good time to try out, like a god trial.
Well, I will say that there are a couple of downsides. The first is, of course, that it costs 25 silver pieces, 25 gold worth of silver, and rather powdered silver, to perform the ceremony. There's magical incense and shit like that.
Yeah.
And it can only be done once in your lifetime. If you take the opportunity to dedicate yourself to Shar and don't make the most of it, you can never receive such a benefit ever again.
Like from Shar or from anyone?
Well, you'll already be dedicated to Shar, so from anyone.
Well, I mean, you can like undedicate, right? It's like a marriage. You can
I
get
mean,
divorced.
Shar might take offense to that, and then
Oh, you make this sound real scary.
Well, it's a dedication. You need to have dedication.
I'll have to think about it then. But it's like if it doesn't work out, I mean, I'm not going to get like smited, am I?
I mean, if you're not the best, worshiper of Shar, that's not like, grounds for death. But like if you were to actively, work against Shar and, curse her name or desecrate her shrines and like, serve some other god, I can't say that Shar would not, if she felt sufficiently offended, take means to ensure that some of her, lesser minions were to, inconvenience you in a potentially dangerous way.
Okay, so I will keep that in mind and probably not desecrate. Well, definitely not desecrate shrines. Wasn't planning on doing that.
But I'm just saying, it's serious business.
Put the ritual on hold. So you're saying I have to find some silver?
Well, I mean, I've prepared the powdered silver already. It's just, it has a cost, and I would like to be receive recompense for that cost.
That seems reasonable. I mean, but like, would Char give that to you? It's like one of those. Char provides.
Well, I think you're being an opportunity, and that opportunity has a cost associated with it, which I am providing in this case, and you're receiving the opportunity. Char is, relatively indifferent in the matter.
Wait, so you're saying she doesn't? It?
She's the mistress of the night.
She doesn't care about getting more followers.
Not the individual sense, over the course of along the timeline, sure, every god would love to have more followers, but like one dwarf-like person in Icewind Dale probably isn't going to swing
not
the tide.
A dwarf-like person. All right,
one dwarf-like non-person.
I accept this. I will get back to you then, perhaps when I feel like there is a trial coming up.
Very good. I can also do marriage ceremonies and funeral rites. And bless water.
Lena might need a funeral for a cat. I don't need it.
Too soon.
She seems pretty down about it. Like I'm glad she found that album. Otherwise, it seems like she'd be having a bad time.
I will say that if you want the proper ceremonial funeral rites, guaranteed to prevent the creature from rising as undead, once again, 25 gold pieces of powdered silver is required. Although, if you just wanted to say the words, of course, I can do that for free. Maybe, spring a censer of incense or something, I can do that also. But like, if you want the real deal with Shar's, influence.
I don't think I'm too worried about her cat coming back from the dead. Like, cats don't really do that, right? But
I mean, I hear rumor they have 9 lives, so one could argue that they're undead and they rise from the dead all the time.
Like maybe just like a ceremonial ceremony to go better. I'll talk to her about it.
It's true that I need the actual corpse to do the proper ceremony.
That's gonna be a little difficult. I think my working theory is that that what's his face ate the cat.
Did you know that if you get married, you receive a defensive benefit for an entire week, so long as you stay within 30 feet of your marriage partner?
Oh. So, like, you just get divorced every week and then remarried?
No, once again, this is a divinely blessed union, and thus you can only benefit from once in your life, lest you risk offending Shar with your sacrilege.
Oh, dang it. All the loopholes have already been closed, huh?
Not saying you can't have a divorce. I'm just saying that like you can't have another divinely blessed wedding ceremony.
But like, what if your partner ends up killed or something?
I mean, if you're widowed, I guess there's nothing stopping you from getting remarried and having the rite performed again. Because I mean, marriage is a holy ceremony, and
I think we're on to
we live
something
in a dangerous world.
But all right, we shall pursue perhaps not the marriage topic, but something else later.
I can also do coming of age ceremonies. Tarek, if you think you're finally a man, and you want to, have a ceremony of shars to celebrate that, let me know.
Tarek, if you want to punch him for that, I don't think anyone will stop you.
I don't think he's worth the effort.
He's really grown up, hasn't he? That little Tarek.
When you come of age, Tarek, for 24 hours, your ability checks will be better, blessed even. So, it comes with some advantages, even if you feel like I'm being a little condescending.
I mean, I most definitely can feel the condensation coming off of you.
I don't think I'm sweating.
You can't prove me wrong because you're wearing the armor all the time.
Also, there are atonement ceremonies as well, if for some reason you feel like you need to atone. But, usually that's the sort of thing you do after, you've dedicated yourself to Shah. Anyway, does anything happen on the journey to Bryn Shindar other than discussing the many ceremonies of Shah that I can perform?
Hold please, because my map is doing something weird and I don't know why.
A ghost we didn't talk to in East Haven.
Maybe.
By the way, if you want a full list of the ceremonies I can perform, they're now.
Oh my goodness!
I'm gonna try refreshing. Hold.
Don't worry, Tarek. I basically read all of them anyway.
If you'd like to perform that there funeral rite one, should I die, and you're welcome to do that.
If you want to give me 25 gold pieces to purchase the powdered silver to perform those rites upon your death, I would be happy to.
Well, consider this a spoken will. If I die, you can take 25 silver worth of stuff off my corpse, use it to make sure I don't come back as a zombie.
It's 25 gold pieces.
That then. 25 gold pieces worth of stuff.
What if I can perform actual resurrection and bring you back as a person, not a corpse?
Well, that'd be good. Just if you think I'm more likely to become undead, then
wait, you can do that? Like you can take the dead and make them not dead?
No, but I mean, Shar might be able to in the future.
I mean, Char might be able to right now, even.
I feel like she's probably got that figured out.
So you're saying just you might be able to in the future?
Well, I might be able to channel enough of Shar's power to make it happen in the future.
He's not worthy of her secrets just yet.
I'm not actually don't tell anybody, but I'm not actually a classically trained clerk of Shar. I'm sort of ad hocing a lot of this.
Right, so like, what do they teach in Shar cleric school? Or did you like drop out?
I didn't attend, so how would I know?
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point.
I've heard many a sermon about Shar and her, mercies, but
Well, if you didn't go to one of these Shar cleric schools, how'd you become a, follower of Shar?
Well, like I said, you dedicate yourself to Shar, and Shar will provide.
Right, so did someone do one of these ceremonies for you? Like, when you were a wee, whatever you are?
No, not really. Not that I recall anyway. But rather when I took up my, hammer and shield in Shar's service when no one else was able to, she also graced me with her divine touch. Like I said, being a clerk is, I don't want to say easy. It's a lot of work, but I mean, all you need to be is willing.
So as you guys get about 2/3 of the way from East Haven to Bryn Shander, Drock, you all of a sudden you hear this. You take 3 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
And you hear something in a language that you don't understand. Just some words, and then
I pull out a rock, and I use infuse item or not magical tinkering, and I think I can make that whatever sound I heard. I want to say. Let me see. Visual effect, object, win. Non-verbal sound. Is it actually language?
It is language.
Okay, so I can't.
But it's in your head. So is it technically verbal if it's in his head?
Yeah, I don't. Ooh, good point. It's not.
It's okay. So you hear that. You hear a bunch of words that you don't understand. A stop. You hear a bunch of words again, this time different, and they stop. And then you hear a bunch of words again that you do understand. That says, Nautiloid down, emergency protocols enabled, crew safe, but vessel imperiled, psi crystal needed, come at once. And then it stops. And the
Wait.
message starts over.
Wait, was it metalloid? Was that right?
Nautiloid.
Nautiloid. Okay. All right, y'all are never gonna believe this.
The message continues to go on.
In just like repeated different languages. How many times does it talk before it gets back to common?
It would talk 2 more times, and then it would go back to common again.
So it's 3 different languages I don't understand too.
Yes.
Okay, you're all not gonna believe this, but there's something out there.
As you're trying to talk, you hear Nautiloid down, emergency protocols enabled.
I telepathy this into Tarek's head.
What?
Explain the situation, and he can explain it to everybody else.
You just like telepathically like giving me the same information, or are you like projecting it?
No,
Am I
I'm gonna
hearing
tell
it?
you. You're not gonna believe this.
Yeah.
But something out there is like talking into my mind in 3 different languages. It's saying that it's like it sounds like some kind of ship or something crashed somewhere, and they need this here crystal I'm using for some reason.
What? They're talking to you?
My mind, much like I'm talking to your mind. Hi, by the way.
I just wave at him and I don't say anything.
Wait back.
What kind of ship did? I mean, do they know you have it?
I don't think so. And I don't know in reverse order.
Well, why are you telling me this in my mind?
Well, because when I tried to speak, it went back into my head, and it was terribly difficult to like speak and also listen at the same time. And since I've been talking to you, mind magic-y, like I haven't had the issue of it trying to talk to me. So yeah,
Well,
it just started, so I'd imagine it's somewhere like in a cone west of here.
is that how that thing works? Has it got a range on it?
Well, I would assume, like otherwise I would have heard it before, right?
As you guys are talking, Drock, you take 2 psychic damage, and the messages stop. But all of a sudden, you're seeing your life in like 3rd person, and it's like a camera that stops, looks down where you are, and then immediately takes off into this other direction. And it basically gets to. Let me go to here. Takes you all the way to this hill right here.
Oh, I was wrong. It's way
And
south of here.
You see a crashed like something. It's something like you've never seen before. It's almost like this giant living mass that is like crashed inside the snow. And then the image vanishes.
What?
Okay, maybe it's not a ship. Maybe it's some kind of
You take 5 psychic damage,
living thing.
and the messages start again.
The same ones as before.
Yes.
Doc, you don't look so good. It's like you're
Oh, yeah.
bleeding out of your eyes.
Oh, in the ears too, probably.
Uh,
Nostrils.
There's something going on with him. He's been telling me since he apparently can't speak very well right now, and he's doing his mind thingy. I don't know if he's done that to anyone else. This little crystal.
Yeah, are you all right?
I recant what he has told me about the message that he got. Something about a ship. The crystals talking to him specifically, saying a ship went down, and it did it in like 3 different languages. And every time he tried to actually speak with his mouth open, he said it kept playing it.
Wait, try say something.
Something.
Oh,
Perhaps you should get rid of this psi crystal if you're bleeding out of your mind.
Well, no. It might tell me more things. I'll remove it if it hurts. If worse.
wait. So where did you get this image of
Aren't
a
you like
crash
bleeding
ship?
brain out of your nostrils right now?
Yes. And
You're asking us to go all the way down to there?
why? It doesn't have to be right now. I'm just letting you know.
Well, maybe I can help you. Let me know if this helps. Shark can protect you from possible possession,
Oh, it could be a ghost.
and I will cast
Could be a
protection
ghost
from
in the
evil and good on Drak. Not expecting much, but maybe it'll help.
You have to choose one of evil or good. Oh no, you need
No,
to choose
it's
a creature, don't you?
no. I thought it's all the creatures.
No, that's
I
the
think it's
creatures that
all-
works
okay,
against.
okay.
Yeah.
It's very blanket protection, but it's very limited. But
Well, I'm only getting hurt when it tells me something new. So hopefully I'm good for now.
Hopefully, it doesn't tell you anything else, though.
Hopefully it does. Then I know things I didn't before.
But you get hurt more.
Yeah, but I.
You take 4 psychic damage.
Tell me anything new.
This time you see another image. It's almost like you're looking through somebody else's eyes, and there's red lights that are flashing, and you hear a siren going, like an alarm going off, just going. "Meow, meow, meow." And they're looking out high up into the air and nose diving towards a mountain. And after that image ends, the crackling happens again. You take 5 points of psychic damage as the messages begin starting again.
I just saw the thing. It was flying in the sky and it crashed. So that's new. Also, ow.
are you going to die?
Hey, you're bleeding out of your nose now too. I think it might be time to put down the bleed out of every hole in your face rock.
No, I can't.
Oh no, it's like the Chardonnay again.
No,
Yep.
it's not like that. I don't wanna.
That's exactly like the Chardonnay, actually.
Besides, if it just started, maybe there's a range. We keep going west. We're too far again, and it stops, and then we can make our way down to the Nautilide at our. Oh, that's what it's called, by the way. At our earliest convenience.
Well, I'm all for leaving, and if you happen to die along the way, at least we're close to Bryn Shandar, and they can put you out for like their sacrifice or something.
Yeah, if I look like I'm gonna die, 2 things. First, rip this thing out of the armor, and second, that thing where I can't become a zombie would be nice.
All right, we resume our journey west, waiting for Drak to die.
Drak, you hear the crackling again as you guys start moving. Another 5 points of psychic damage. It is the same image as the first one, except this time you guys have moved a little bit. So the camera basically
So it's
starts where you are
Okay.
and shows you exactly where to go to get there.
You really want me to go right now?
I mean, can you just like, yeah,
And the crackling starts again, and you take 6 points of psychic damage.
give me the rack. Put down the rack.
I pull it out of the armor. You can't have it, but I'll put it in my bag.
Oh, wait a minute. If it stops the like you're kind of like bleeding from your fingernails too.
You did tell us to take it when you start dying, and you're starting to die.
Well, I'm still okay.
I grapple Drak and ask Tarek to take the rock from him.
I'm prepared.
Athletic checks. Here we go. You rolled really well.
Oh no!
I rolled acrobatics instead of
wow.
athletics, so I technically have a +2 to that.
Wait. Damn it.
Or, yeah, I have a 0 in acrobatics, but a 2 in athletics.
So you get the crystal away from him. But the images and the messages are still happening to you, Drak.
Did it work? Are you good? No more dying?
No,
Take the stone further away from him, like 120 feet or something like that.
I sprint off towards Bryn Shander.
And maybe Drac, you should try and not connect to it anymore.
Ryan. It was supposed to only work when it was in the armory. I guess I messed that up. I haven't done that before. I just, it's a work in progress.
So Tarek, you have the gem and you're running away.
I'm running away. Yes.
Okay. As soon as Tarek gets about 100 feet away from you, the messages stop.
Feeling better, Drac?
So far.
No more of this bleeding out your face thing.
Do you want to take a short rest while you clean up your facial bleeding situation?
No, it's don't I look more intimidating this way?
I mean, yes, but who are you trying to intimidate?
What if we come upon the Blue Man Group? It's good for business. I don't know. Something's been stabbing me in the mind. It doesn't make a lot of sense. If you think I should take a rest, maybe I should.
Yeah, Pebble will play you the song of his people, and we'll
Yeah,
think
we'll
about this
get
too,
you,
that
we'll
we
get you
can't have it.
patched up.
I'm feeling much better.
All right. While we take
Are we
a
gonna
short...
go help them, or are we just we're gonna ignore it?
Well, while we're taking a short rest, which takes an hour, and obviously I don't need to rest, so I'm going to perform augury, and I'm going to augur what weal or woe if we head to the nautiloid or whatever immediately, as in, or in the next 30 minutes.
Wheel.
Such that the 30 minutes will be after the short rest is over.
So you wait 30 minutes and then you do it.
Yeah. Wheel.
Shar seems to think that we should investigate the thing right away.
Oh, it's far more interesting than going to Bryn Shander. Also, it might keep Grok from bleeding to death in his sleep or something.
Elena, opinion? Shar chimed in with, yes. How do you feel about going to a mysterious psychic anomaly and possibly dying?
Well, yeah, I think Drock would appreciate it.
It's very humane of you. Tarek?
I believe Tarek is still 100 feet away.
Tarek! Come on back!
Comes back.
This might be.
Does Drock start bleeding?
No.
All right. So Drock, now that you're in talking range, good work. He seems better now. He's taking a break. We're considering heading to investigate that anomaly immediately. Shar seems to think it's a good idea. And nobody else seems to be particularly interested in going to Bryn Shander immediately. So what's your opinion?
I mean, we've made the speaker wait this long. I mean, I highly doubt she cares, to be honest. Probably a good idea, to be honest. I would prefer Drock not to turn into brain soup. Mainly because I'm the last person he's mentally talked to, and I also don't want to somehow turn into brain soup. I don't know if it's contagious.
Pebble, what was your vote?
Yeah, I'd say we go for it.
All right. Sounds like we have unanimously decided to investigate this mysterious happening. Drock, since you say you saw the way, hopefully you saw a way that we can walk, and you can lead the way. After you're done resting, of course.
Oh yeah, I should be good pretty quick here. I know, I got a pretty good view of like how to get there, but I'm not, most like.
Well, maybe if you draw a map on your tent again, and then I can guide us, or Tarek can guide us.
The whole drawing thing is more like it's like if I have a picture.
We already have a map. Why don't you just point it out on our map?
Well, you see Dugan's Hole?
Yeah.
If you go straight south, and then you follow the west edge of the mountains, it's up on a hill near where the
where I guess there's a river. It's kind of there. See, right in this, right there.
Oh yeah, you should have just pointed at it on the map. Thanks.
So where are we currently on the map? Like, I assume like these woods are between us and Dugan Soul.
Yeah, you're basically just north of them.
How like thick are these woods? Like, can we drive our sled through the middle of the woods? Like, I assume that's fine.
You could. You'd have to make some like turns and things like that to avoid trees, but yeah, you could.
I mean, or we could just go past the woods. Do one of these things. Optionally going to Dugan's Hole. But that place apparently gives us the heebie-jeebies.
Can I make a survival check to determine what I think the fastest route to get to where we want to go is? Not necessarily the safest route, just the fastest
Sure, the
route.
fastest. Yeah, sure.
At least the few times I'm rolling well.
Whoever drew that blue line, that's probably about the fastest that you're gonna get there. It might. I mean, you cut a little bit closer to the edge of the woods. But going through the woods would be slower because of your sled and everything than it would be to just go like hold tight across the woods and go around them.
All right.
Drac has made some edits.
The guy with the direct road knowledge. He's a master road engineer. All right. So yeah, that I guess.
Christ, calm down.
We've decided to go this way. I plot out the course that we're going to take. Maybe I discuss it with Tarek since I'll be driving the sled most likely. So Tarek will be leading us, and we'll go underway.
Based on time, it looks like we're probably going to have to camp out in the snow tonight somewhere.
You could probably make it to the trees, I think. Like down here, maybe. Maybe.
I'd like to make it to the river, then we could chill. And not be in Dugan's Hole.
Work.
I want to get past Dugan's Hole basically because it's a hole.
It's very important that we don't get into the family marrying people.
Although I do have a ceremony for that.
You think I have the 25 silver though?
You were saying, Shooter?
We're gonna end tonight.
Do we level up?
No. But as you guys head to the Nautiloid, crossing across dangerous terrain, we're going to stop there.
This is not where I expected us to be going right now, but...
It's like playing Fallout 4 when the radio turns on saying, hey, go check out this thing.
Or you will get fucking killed by it.
I mean... Augury is basically like, ask the DM whether he thinks that this is what we should do.
25% chance of not getting an honest answer.
This is my first time today, so the odds of getting a wrong answer are pretty low. I actually don't know what Augury says anymore. I keep forgetting.
I don't think it goes up if you've used it more times. I think it's just always a 25% chance.
That's a cumulative 25% chance for each casting.
After the first.
After the first.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's 25, 50, 75, and random. I would not recommend casting it at that point.
I appreciate the slightly earlier night end, as it's already late regardless. So I am going to go do things like laundry and sleep. So good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Happy adulting.
Alright, it's quiet, so...
Well, back to leveling on Final Fantasy.
What level are you at these days?
70.
Anyway, thanks for dropping by to the stream, folks.
I have like 3.
Let me get out of this
Discord
quick.